Friends, neighbors, country people, lend me your head holes, and welcome to another episode of UST, Unexpectedly Serious Turn, our D&D 5e Twitch stream! We are so excited to have you all here today, and we don't really have any announcements this week, so let's get started, shall we? Going right back into the world of Anna. Last time we saw our intrepid adventurers, they had woken up and started their day, having a good time, and getting ready to make their way to Ladol. As they walked through the woods, they came across some strange mushrooms and strange moving vines. They ate and tried the mushrooms, finding they had some strange magical effects before walking on and making it to Ladol. They promptly went to the monastery, Irde's monastery, and met the lead monk and assistant. They received permission to stay, and just before dinner, Irde got a surprise guest of her old mentor knocking on her door. The party ate dinner with Irde's mentor, a furbolg named Viren, and the group convinced him to join them for drinks, where they went and met Wynn, who took a liking to a member of the party. Irde and Silus excused themselves so the party could learn more about her past, and Aym'Bryn learned just who the barmaid was making eyes at. Pulled everyone away to talk more outside, except Fen, who gently turned Wynn down. Silus took Irde and let her fly for a while, and Sails swooped in to get the girl before everyone settled down for a long rest. So, what would you like to do?
So Fen has been up all night, wandering the town for which I messaged you about, MK. Did you want me to roll an investigation while I'm not exhausted? Or
Are you looking for the specific things on the list that you were talking about?
No, looking for a single item of iris blue.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a
Normally, when I'm wandering the town at the wee hours of the
check.
morning, I'm looking for a burrito.
Well, he already had
Iris
something old and
blue
something
burrito.
new.
Magitech burritos.
An iris blue burrito.
Burrito.
Coming to you soon to a Taco Bell near you.
I don't know that
Oh
I'd
god,
eat that.
don't give
Not
Taco
bad.
Bell
For a moment.
ideas. They make terrible choices when you do that.
I mean, they make blue corn chips, so I'm sure they can do that.
And
Yeah.
they can do Baja Blast. I mean,
Oh my god.
Oh,
I do
no.
love me some Baja Blast, though.
It's the only Mountain
So-
Dew drink.
So that investigation check, am I doing it at disadvantage?
Oh no.
You're not exhausted yet, so no. But I'm gonna warn you, there are no shops open.
No,
is
I know.
one
He's
tavern.
he's just looking for something. It's not necessarily
Yeah.
something he has to buy. It just has to be.
That's fair. No, and yeah, you can just...
Finn finds the second piece of plastic in Anna that just so happens to be iris blue.
There's only
And we
two
don't throw
pieces.
this one out.
Is Baja Blast iris blue?
I think so.
It's a little too light.
Iris
more
blue
turquoise.
is slightly
Hold
purple.
on. I need to now look up Baja Blast.
Questions I never expected to hear in my
It's
lifetime.
kind of teal, isn't it?
Especially-
Like
yeah.
a light teal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
teal.
it's a teal.
Yeah.
So that's a natural 20.
Oh, hello.
Oh, holy
Alright.
monkeys.
Yeah, no, that's super
You
not
do
Iris
find
blue.
some Baja
Um,
Blast.
That is
It's not Iris
surprisingly
blue.
Iris blue.
So,
This-
yeah, with a natural 20, that you are traveling around for a long time, and there's lots of Fen-like thoughts with brains swirling as you wander, and you happen upon a small garden that actually has blue irises in it, and you're like, blue irises, those are probably iris blue, right?
Almost phased
So
like
yeah.
Just pick a flower from someone's garden?
Oh, we don't know yet.
It's not. Is it Varen's garden though?
No, that would be up at the monastery. You aren't
Okay.
up at the monastery.
Yeah, because I already told Varen that it would be very rude to pick his flowers after talking to
Anyone
him.
else is a fair game.
So,
Don't know what
okay,
you
so
said.
Fen will pick a couple flowers, and then at dawn he'll wait for around when he knows Irde's usually together, and then knock on the door.
I love that the first verb was pull. Like, Ben doesn't know how to pull, like cut flowers. He just uproots
rips
them
it
from the
out.
ground. I brought you
Roots
these.
and all.
Alright.
Which tracks? Yeah.
I didn't know which part of the flower you liked.
I'll just pull the damn thing.
All right. Okay.
He's trying to decide which side you hit people with.
So,
Clubbing with the.
They always said stick them with the pointy
like
end.
Or no?
And they're both pointy.
All
or
right.
neither's pointy.
I'm rooting for you, Fen.
Oh,
You can do it.
I would like to say, depending on when Fen, if Fen is going to see Irde, there are going to be a couple of minutes because Irde will get dressed, brush out her hair, and then try to find Aym'Bryn.
Yeah, it's shortly after dawn.
Jesus, right?
What time would we need to get up for breakfast
Yeah.
at the
That
monastery?
would be the question.
It's a
So-
monastery. Is it like
Oh,
terribly
God.
early?
Very early.
With the monastery, you do know that as a lot of people do end up getting up before dawn, there is breakfast served from before dawn hours. However, they're pretty nice, and there are some people who do a sort of like night shift style of thing where they watch the grounds at night.
Right.
And so there are actually options slightly later in the day. It's just, will they still be like nice and warm and hot is the question.
I will wait until probably when I would assume Aym'Bryn has gotten a full night's sleep, and then knock on Aym'Bryn's door.
It's probably like a tiny bit later than you might think because I imagine I will lay on the roof for some time, and
That's
then when
fair.
I feel like the countdown is getting dangerous on the invisibility spell, I will try to make my way back to my room and lie there for a bit, staring at the wall, waiting for Sails to come home. And
that
briefly consider
Oh, right. On that note, when does Sales
figuring
get
out.
home?
Keeper.
Did Sales get home?
Well, I will say that Sales will do everything to make sure that Wynn is comfortable after the gallivanting. But if Wynn also goes back to her room, like Sales will be like, "All right, cool," and then she'll go back.
Wait, where is this gallivanting taking place? Because I had thought you
Behind
went
the
back
bar.
to Windsor.
We had options.
You had some options.
Well, I don't, it's whatever you're comfortable sharing.
I feel like Wynn at some point would give you the option of whether or not you wanted to actually stay the night.
If we're done and
No, it's so true. I'm sorry. This is just me as a person. Please
oh
continue.
no, yes, if we're done and Wynn is going back to her bed, at the side of the bed, Sales would be like, yes, I will leave you now. So
Fair enough. Yeah, so you probably separate at some point
yes.
during the very late night.
I would hope so. That would be really weird if they didn't.
Oh, it was
We
a very
have a
late
new
night.
party member now.
Right.
Yeah, at some
Why
point
is Wynn
during
stuck? I don't. Anyway.
at some point during the very late night, you managed to make your way back to the monastery. Probably sometime during the time that Fen is wandering the streets aimlessly, so you might try to avoid each other.
Or do they?
Or do you? It's entirely up to you.
I mean, it depends if I see him. If I see him, I'll be like,
Your passive perception's pretty high.
Oh no, guys.
Passive perception is one thing, but being in the same
But being
place
in
at the
the same-
same time is...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
that would be a.
It is, though, like, it is a very small town. Like,
And
It is
Fen
one
is
of-
not, to my understanding, a subtle person, I feel like.
let me.
Just wandering around muttering
Yeah.
Iris blue to
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Ben's
don't,
actually not muttering much at all right now.
you don't,
fair.
you don't really bump into each other. You manage to pass each other in the night, so you're just fine.
In that case, Sales will make her way back, forego the front door, and go through the window.
Sounds about right. So, later in the night, Sails kind of slinks into a bed.
Mine, I hope.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Again, who knows?
I mean, if you're not quite, whatever you need.
Yeah.
I smell. You smell. I smell.
Yeah, but Irde will go to Bryn's room and ask him to braid her hair.
Oh, fair enough. Considering Fen said he probably would drop by just after dawn,
Okay.
I would assume that happens before
All right.
Fen
So
or Aym'Bryn, because we all know that Aym'Bryn likes to sleep.
sleep. That is fair.
To
So
be
does Fen
fair,
knock on
I
Irde's
didn't
door?
get to sleep until
Yes.
late.
Then
I'm right there with you.
she will be in her dress and all that, but and her hair will be brushed
Through
out,
no
but
fault
it
of
won't
our
be
own.
in its braid.
Okay. Fen knocks just.
Morning.
Good morning. I found these outside. I haven't slept yet. Can I
Why
talk to
didn't
you?
sleep?
I'll get to that.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
May I?
Yes.
Fen walks in and he sees there's a chair or something in the room, right? Yes.
Is there?
Yeah, there
Let me
is.
just
Great,
scoot
there's
out
a-
and grab my drink.
There's a small desk. There is a chair in front of the desk. There's
Great.
probably a couple of shelves that are bare to be decorated if you would like to decorate them. Small potted plant.
Which aren't really decorated. Because
You
Yeah.
got your standard sleeping stool.
It's a bare bedroom, but it's comfortable. It's got everything that you'd need
yes.
for just
yes, there is a chair at the desk.
May I
yes.
sit? This'll.
Are you all right?
Yeah. No.
That covers it.
Yeah. Well, typically.
I'm sorry, that was mean. Go ahead.
No, it's.
Do I notice that Fen is tired? I'm assuming.
I would assume. Yeah. Fen is not actually wearing any of his armor.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have his hood, he doesn't have his glasses or anything.
Well, it's dawn. We don't need it yet.
Standard armor, sunglasses, and a hood.
Well, for a drow,
I traded him for this flower.
well,
I'm sorry. This is so mean.
All right,
Anyway.
yeah. Sorry, this is serious.
Yes.
So you'll notice that Fen isn't making eye contact. He's just staring at the floor.
Are you okay?
Not really. You're going to be rather upset with me.
Okay.
And I figured it was better you hear it from me. Two things. I
Yes.
spoke with Fen'rahl last night, which, by the way, great news. Sails had a wonderful evening. Her and Wynn. Apparently her and Wynn. Apparently,
okay. I did not. Honestly, I thought you
I
were
just
tired
root-
because of. Never mind.
No,
So Sails.
a month ago, maybe, but I'll get to that. But no, Sails quite
What?
swept her right off her feet, and I cheered her on, and I let them have their space.
You know that. It was a nice night. I hope Sails enjoyed herself.
I'm
jealous of
more. I think they had a very wonderful time. But I spoke with Varen last night.
All right.
And while that part might not necessarily.
I mean, I did introduce all of you to him.
That is very true.
It would be strange if you didn't talk to him because he would just be. Anyway.
Well, But I did want to make sure that you knew about that. But you remember when we fought the hags?
Yes.
Do you remember how close they got to you and Silus? Because I do. Vividly. And it scared the living shit out of me, to be perfectly honest. And since then, we have been in actual combat twice, and the first time was against the cultists, and The second time was, as you know, the Displacer Beast, and I keep finding myself between you and our enemies. And I don't... All of you are the first friends I've ever had, and we just had the conversation about not putting ourselves in unnecessary danger. And you are all the first friends I've had. Gagan doesn't count, he was like a father to me. I've never had friends, and quite frankly, in the thought of losing any of you scares me, and I know that if we lost any of you, I would mourn, but the thought of you getting hurt scares me more than the others. And Glib's my best friend, and I mean, it's not that you're not strong, it's not that you're the strongest person I've ever met, the most capable person I've ever met in my goddamn life, and when you get upset, I don't know what to do. You've been upset lately, and Varen said that your favorite color was iris blue, and the first thing I thought after talking to Glib was find something iris blue, maybe it'll cheer up Irde, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. And he still won't make eye contact, he just staring at things at the floor. Like, it's almost like the cracks in the floor are the most interesting things in the world. I wasn't supposed to feel like this when I left home. I was on a suicide mission. And then I met all of you, and I made a vow to Hegrissa when I left home that I would kill Thurvan if it meant my dying breath, and I recently reneged on that particular part of the bargain. I'm still going to kill it, of course, but for very different reasons now. The man's trying to end the world, and I'm scared, and I'm always worried that I'm going to look stupid or do something wrong, and quite frankly, I'm the son of a monster. Whether he's helping end the world for coin or because he believes in what they're doing, he's the son of a... I'm the son of a monster. And that's
Do you think you're a monster?
I don't. I'm worried that I might be.
You're not.
I'm worried what that means.
You're not. You're a very good person.
Before I met all of you, I was just an asshole. But it means a lot to hear you say that. Look,
I'm speaking very practically. You're a good person.
And I thank you for that.
No. You don't need to thank me for that. I'm speaking factually. I am speaking after empirical evidence. I'm sure Silus would be very proud at this point.
Yeah, well, our boy does love his facts. But I want you to know I'm not expecting anything. It is my deepest honor to even be able to call you my friend. I just thought that you should know, because you were going to figure out that eventually that this giant dumbass keeps sticking himself between swords and you. And I would like to say that I'm not going to keep doing it. But I wasn't intending to do it in the first place, and I just keep finding myself there. And I understand if you are upset with me. I am sorry. I don't mean to cause you any undue stress. I understand it's a very... Since the cave, I've noticed that you've been under a lot of stress and been very upset. And I don't want to add to that. but I thought it better to tell you myself. Then somebody let it slip that might have noticed, because let's be fair, a few of our friends are way too insightful for their own damn good. And after I told Glib about all of it, quite frankly, and I love the man to death, he just doesn't think it's as important to keep it a secret, so he wouldn't think to. So my secret wasn't that long for this world anyway. I didn't mean to burden you.
No. And you probably see, like, Irde kind of running through a lot of things in her head, just trying to, like, recategorize them. I wish I could... I wish I could be angry at you for this. I don't. I don't want, like you said, you say we're your first friends. I'm not saying this party is the first friends I've ever made. They are... This group is the most important friends I have now. It would... And the thing is, if anyone here died, I would be devastated. And
absolutely.
That includes you.
Well.
And I wish... You think I'm the most capable person that you know. That's... No. You have met the rest of this group, and I wish I could... I wish I could do what you're trying to do. I wish I could. I wish I could be the shield between Silus, who is saving the world, or between Sailsaba, who catches us food, or Alin, who heals us, or Glib, who understands the Fae, or Aym'Bryn, who helps Sailsaba and all of us so much, and you, who make things, and who you are a very giving person. Do you not realize that?
The only thing I'm good at is keeping all of you safe. Whether it's by weapons or...
You made me a dagger.
I did.
And whatever you wanted to call that, and she'll look at the flower that you gave her. If that is a romantic gesture or whatever, I fine. But you also made a dagger for Glib. And a shield for Alin. And unless you have feelings for them as well, which, don't get me wrong, both very handsome.
They are, but not my type. Yeah.
Then you did that because you wanted to give them something.
I did.
And the second we make camp, every night you make rounds to keep all of us safe, not just me, and I appreciate that. In the cave, you
I almost murdered a man. In cold blood.
But you also, the second Aym'Bryn asked to braid my hair, you offered yours as well. Because you knew it would make him feel better. I have to believe we are not defined by our lowest moments. I have to believe that, because otherwise I am...
You are...
I am beyond saving then too.
Well, you're the kindest person I've ever met. If we are defining
ourselves by our lowest moments, I am very certain mine are worse. Because even if you had killed that man, he had done something terrible. And it wouldn't have been just... I don't know if it would have been justified, I don't know if it would have been good.
That's not why I would have killed him.
Well.
But,
I don't want anyone dying for me.
No, I have.
That includes you. That includes everyone in this group, and it includes whatever we are fighting. If they have to die, they have to die. I understand that sometimes it is a necessity. I do. I am very sheltered in a way, and I am very fortunate, and I'm not going to tell you to stop standing in the way of damage, because frankly that you are very good at keeping us safe, and that is not something to be taken lightly. I will say, remember you are part of this group.
I'll do.
Don't be... There's a difference between being a hero and a sacrifice, and I want you to keep that in mind.
Fair enough. Look, Irde,
yes.
I'm happy just being your friend. And I promise I will try not to feel as bad about standing in the way of monsters. I may need more to drink, though.
I appreciate your friendship very much. I care about you very much, and I have had one romantic relationship in my life.
Well, that's more than me.
Well, what I'm saying is, and that was years ago. What I'm saying is, yes, I am upset about a lot of things, and the thing is, I am not in a place where I want anyone. And
I completely understand.
And I do want to make it very clear that I wish I could say in the future yes or in the future no. I wish I could give you a certain answer right now. I really can't, because I don't know.
No.
I
of course.
But it is very important to me that you know that I am not saying no because of something you did.
Well, that does take a load off. And by the same token, I'm not really... There's a lot to do yet. And... Again, I just thought it would be better if you heard it from me.
I appreciate it. I do.
Yeah. Especially because Bryn keeps trying to hook me up with people, and I'm just not interested.
I mean, from what I saw, Wynn would have been very excited to see you.
Yeah, I got that. I may have stuck my foot in my mouth when I let her down. And a month ago, I might have taken her up on it, but
One day someone is going to fall in love with you. One day. Someone. And I wish I could guarantee it would be me or anyone that I knew, or... Again, I wish I had some sort of certainty.
There's nothing certain in life.
Exactly. And I just don't know when anything is going to be ready or what. But it's going to happen someday, then. And I would hope that when that comes, you actually let yourself be open to that. Because you would deserve that very much.
Well, we'll see when that day comes, eh? What was it you always tell me? Hope until you can't?
I mean, I said it once. I'm glad it stuck, I guess.
You've all taught me quite a bit.
You all have taught me as well.
So, what's on the agenda for today?
Well, first I'm going to go to Aym'Bryn to braid my hair. I think he enjoys it. And then I'm going to go down to breakfast.
That sounds like a plan. Why don't I walk you over there? See how he's doing.
Yes. So, Fan and I will walk to Aym'Bryn's room. And I will not.
Fantastic. Yep. How, he came to your room just about after dawn.
Yeah.
So this is still pretty much just about after dawn?
Sure. I don't know.
Fair enough. Just checking.
Actually, once we get to Aym'Bryn's room, though, I will say, you might want to sleep at some point. That's all.
Sleep is for the weak and for the dead.
No!
Sorry.
But anyway, I guess just after dawn, well, I would assume sort of... I would have tried to give Aym'Bryn 8 hours of sleep from whenever I thought he would have gotten home from the tavern.
Fair
I
enough.
did not obviously know about sneaking in or going into Silas's room and sneaking and not. I don't know, so I'm not counting for that.
Yeah. So that's fair. And yeah, like, in all honesty, you probably did a pretty good job of like, oh, okay, so I heard Glib pushing bed around at like this time, so perfectly reasonable for like...
Yeah. The
That's
bed
when
started
everyone's-
moving, and I heard
The bed started moving. We all understand that's what. Glib,
Honestly, I probably did hear like Aym'Bryn like clatter out of the window because that was loud.
That's true.
Bed starts a rockin', you know Glib's about to be sleeping.
That's the time you set your watch on.
So you're like, this is about the time that there was this really weird noise, but that's probably nothing.
You hear
Maybe
a stool
it was
scraping
Sails.
across the floor.
Probably nothing.
And
don't think
kind of
yeah.
cool. I guess then about 8 hours after Glib bed.
Yeah, so
The
still
alarm of
significantly
Glib.
earlier than Aym'Bryn went to sleep.
I will
and
knock
Sails
on
went
the
to sleep.
door. If Aym'Bryn decides to answer the door, great. If not, I will go back to my room.
I think so. Sails, where are you positioned?
Yeah. Sails had... You know, I'm gonna say she didn't have a wild shape left because maybe not. Yeah, she would have curled at the end of the bed if that's where you were sleeping. Very pointedly and purposely. Probably laying across your legs if you were already asleep. They might be asleep in the morning. I don't know.
So Aym'Bryn doesn't answer the door because Aym'Bryn can't walk, is what I'm hearing.
Well, that's true. Yeah, well, I think it is something like that, right? I've kind of curled up a little bit, like angled myself, so I'm a little bit closer to Sails. But when I hear the knock, I will, and I feel like I've got a little bit on my mind, and I haven't been sleeping as deeply as I usually do. But I will. You'll hear a thud as I get up out of the bed and then immediately fall to the floor. But I'll find my feet again, and I'll come over. My hair is probably kind of a mess, and
Is he okay?
and I'll open the door and I'll leave. This wasn't what I wanted. 5 minutes. Stay there. Don't move. And I'll close the door.
Right.
And you'll hear like a little bit of rustling, and I'm going to come back. And I'm going to, not quite exactly like yours, but I'm going to tie my hair back much more neatly than usual. And I'll probably still be in my pajamas, but I'll straighten them out a little bit, and I'll open the door. And, good morning, Irde. Wonderful to see you.
Good morning, and you will
Morning.
immediately
Ben?
notice that her hair is down. If you want it. If you're tired, I can go do my hair myself, actually.
No. It should be. What time? It's fine. It's fine. I'm
It's
actually look
shortly
between the
after
two of
dawn.
them for a moment. Just
I was
And
up all
Fen-
night. It's
Fen
fine.
Parsing
looks
information.
really tired. Irde looks just fine.
Like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irde went to bed.
Irde went to bed. Fen looks really tired.
Yeah, Fen's hair's not up either, so it's just kind of...
Like, can I see it? Have you got your little hood on?
No,
Nope.
no hood, no armor, nothing.
Oh, interesting. You're very, all very. I'm gonna make some
You've
quizzical
never
eye
seen
contact with
Fen
Fen.
Fen in the buff.
Yeah, I know. That's as naked as I've ever seen him.
No.
No hair, nothing.
Just wander around town
Compared
naked
to
at
normal,
midnight.
yeah.
That's a great way to catch a felony. No, he's wearing clothes.
Yeah.
But
I should
Yes,
hope so.
yes,
that would have
Ben.
changed
Yeah.
the whole conversation.
That would have been a
So
very
in the
different
end-
conversation, I
Actual
think.
math, you were wearing more clothes. But
Well,
yes,
he's learning to let his
please.
hair down.
Yeah, exactly.
If you wouldn't mind.
All right, and I'll let Irde inside, and hopefully it sails you don't mind, do you?
Sales definitely would have woken up at the thump. And Keeper, she will accept a point of exhaustion if that's your ruling. Because that'll
From
make
the-
sense.
Way
That's a
to
really hot
offer
night,
yourself as a
apparently.
martyr, or like a martyr. Jesus, could have totally just skated by, but you're like,
I mean, so
I went
I'll,
hard.
I'll give you.
Yeah, no, Sail, she wants to know
Constitution
that
save,
Sales
Constitution
treated
save.
into a real good night.
Mhm.
If you do it
Wild night.
properly, you know?
So, Sailsaba, I heard you had a
I
good
can't
time.
disagree.
Anyway,
I will.
I gotta
I
stop
will
drinking
allow
things.
Sales to make the choice as to whether or not she essentially just like takes the 2 hours of like chill time, because you can do 2 hours of light activity and still get a full rest. So if
This
she's
was a
just
light
hanging
activity,
out,
if you know what I mean.
It was
It's-
not
well,
light
you did it wrong.
activity.
No, I'm talking specifically
wild
about
shape
right
involved
now.
and everything.
You are currently awake, but if you're awake and just sitting there watching them while they do stuff, you can still not, like, you can still technically get a full rest.
Then we'll see if something happens in the next 2 hours.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
So that's really what it's going to boil down to.
all right.
before
That's
we-
fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Sales, what time do you
Sales,
get
bite
in?
me.
I was not aware of the time. It was very late.
It's
I
definitely
had
after the
a-
bed moved.
I had a sneaking suspicion.
What?
You and Win had a good time?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm making an allusion to you had a very good time.
Oh, yes. We made it hard.
Oh,
Fen just like holds a hand up, just like
Oh no! No! Oh,
it's
goodness.
all hi. No, you hit your hand to mine. Just
Oh god.
No.
I mean, you just bit his hand. I don't know if the it's fine.
as long as Fen wasn't feeding her anything, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I still have
well,
all my fingers. Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good night.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I think she did too.
One should hope.
I'm sure.
I yeah.
I got
Alright.
good reviews, so I think so.
Do like a little comment card.
5 stars on Yelp.
Super host.
Is it for the detective or is it for dating? Who knows?
There's two separate listing. It's important to
alright.
keep the business avenues.
We have to be careful because like if we go that route, we will very quickly become Enter the Zohan. And I do not want to be in an Adam Sandler movie. I will,
That is
but I don't want to.
want to be. All right, we don't. Unless we have more to say, we don't need to continue this. But I just wanted Bryn to braid my hair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Silas will wake up. He will not take a point of exhaustion, but he did not sleep well last night. He stayed up for the requisite hour to keep the spell active, but did not get any more studying done. But went to bed after it was over. Woke up and looked into his spellbook and started to mutter the same incantations over and over and over again. And then he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a little bit of phosphorescent moss that he wraps around his finger. And he looks at it, and he waves his hand, and it glows brightly with a bright light. Nods himself, puts it away, and then takes out his some chalk, and he starts to draw on the floor his ritual circle. And he will do his ritual to get his portents. And then he will go get some breakfast.
Yeah. How does Aym'Bryn look upset this morning?
Sheepish is the word.
Okay. Just general.
and I'm trying very, very hard to comport myself.
All right. Well, after Bryn braids my hair, I will also go down to breakfast.
Right behind you. Just gonna get dressed.
Oh yes. I'm sorry if I woke you.
No, it was time, I imagine.
Glib's already at breakfast.
And has eaten most of it.
He's been there for
And I'm
35 minutes.
I'm sure Glib has just a heaping plate of just
Yeah, I'd
deliciousness.
probably show up shortly after Silus, I'm guessing.
Hey, do you guys think they have bigger plates somewhere? I'm getting tired of having to go back.
No.
Here, Glib, you can take my plate as well.
Silas, you gotta eat breakers.
I'm fine to this morning.
No, it will only last a minute.
Enlarge reduce on the
Yeah,
plate?
I was going to. I was like that, how much do you think you can eat in a minute?
Oh boy, it'll be messy, but it'll be worth it.
That's a dangerous question.
I'm going to roll myself a wisdom save. And that's a 4. So, Irde casts enlarge on Glib's
Hell yeah.
plate. All right, go. You have 1 minute. Run.
Run.
And the really nice thing is, like, all of the food that they have is grown on the campus, so all of this is extremely fresh and very nice. And it's just like,
this is so dumb.
It's like a Muppet eating where there's a lot of food just like not quite making it places.
I feel like I may regret this, but I'm doing it anyway.
Oh no, this is hilarious. This is probably the best thing I've seen all day.
Silas looks tired, but no more than usual. But is Aym'Bryn in the cafeteria?
I don't know.
In a moment. Sales, you were going to...
I was going to say, like, before Aym'Bryn and Sales go downstairs, Sales will use shape water and her face, just like all over, and spraying everywhere. Also aware enough to turn her back while Aym'Bryn gets dressed and everything, giving him his modesty.
Don't worry about that. We've known each other for how long, Sales?
3 weeks.
Forever at this point.
If that's the case.
I feel like there was that moment at the very first night we met, which is the first night that we shared a room, where we both started to get undressed, looked at each other like, oh, no, it's fine.
I think, yes, that's true. That is true. Which, in that case,
but I will dodge out of the way when you...
Of the spray?
Yeah.
Because after that, Sales will make a point of rubbing herself all over Bryn, in such a way that you can tell that it is her getting his scent on her instead of her getting her scent on him.
I'll dab a little bit of the fragrance that I'm wearing on Sales. Mine's not quite as efficient as yours, but
she's very intrigued by this smell. She's going bananas over it.
What is this?
Essence of catnip.
Coincidentally enough, who would have known?
All this time.
Favorite of my mother's.
Always.
A good rest of your
In the
night.
splash zone.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
Silas, did you have a good rest of your night?
I got some work done, but beyond that, it was... Well, it was alright.
Okay. Okay.
Done.
How about yours? I think the plate shrinks just
sorry.
in time.
I told you it only lasts a minute. How far did Glib get?
It's
Done.
Roll me. I'm just gonna, with everything that we know about Glib. Glib cleaned the plate.
Oh, goodness.
Just as it.
Well, I thought perhaps when we're done with breakfast, if you wanted to talk to Zoran, right? A keeper?
Are you looking for Zoran?
The library, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought perhaps after breakfast I would take you to the library to talk to Zoran, if that interests you.
I have one or two things I'd like to take care of before tucking into studying, but
of course.
But yes, that would be good to
whenever
do today.
you're ready, of course.
We do need to get tents.
That's what I was thinking as well. And,
that would be smart.
I'd like to get some basic first aid equipment.
Oh, yeah. That would
I know
be-
we have Alin and Sailsaba that are capable, and Irde to some degree, but I would like to... I know a bit about medicine, so I feel like I should have something on my person at all times.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, yeah.
And you would have noticed that Silas has 2 large glasses of water in front of him. One of which he's drinking out of, and one of which has not been touched yet.
Is there like a weird energy today? Seems like things are a little bit off. Fen, you doing okay there, bud?
I mean, other than I haven't slept, I feel a little bit better since we spoke,
goodness,
yes.
please, at some
Fen,
point.
you gotta
Isn't that
sleep,
usually
man.
my job?
There was a perfectly good stool, Fen.
Silas, are you being a bad influence? Are you teaching Fen magic?
I have done nothing wrong, and he hates magic.
Well, he uses magic all the time.
I know, but
I
he doesn't.
do
Don't
not.
tell him, Glib.
I do not.
You think turning 8 foot tall in a blink of an eye is natural?
It's 12, first of all.
It's all bigger to me. That's fine. You summon
tall
chains
people are
of
so
fire from people try to hit you and they stab other people. You don't think that's magic, Fen?
I grab Fen on the shoulder and I say, Fen, you needed to know eventually.
But I can deny it.
Irde's just like,
God, I hope so. Don't joke. Don't joke about that. Tell me that's true.
I'm
gonna tell him.
That is magic.
Someone needs to tell him.
Unless you've really been drinking a lot of milk lately and you got them strong bones, I think that's magic.
And then it just lasts for like a minute. No, that's not how that works. Anyway.
But I can deny.
Fen,
do you think
denial
it's
is
really
just a
smart to
river
continue
east
each
of
night, everything?
Liasadwin.
Oh, goodness.
So we're coming downstairs. Alan, how about you? I feel like we have to get down there and stop something before it goes too far.
You know, I was planning on doing some things in my room, but I'm suddenly like getting this weird sensation that I'm gonna need to heal someone.
The wisdom casters knows what's up.
When I see Aym'Bryn, I'm going to walk straight up to him, and I'm going to say, Aym'Bryn, could you just look at this for a moment? And I will take out the moss and wrap it around my finger again, and I will cast light on my finger, and I will put it right into Aym'Bryn's eye, and I will look at his pupil, and I want to make a medicine check to see if he has a concussion. Is that okay, Keeper?
Yep, go for it.
You're
all
a lot
so
more
awkwardly
wholesome than I
kind.
thought.
I know.
Okay, I
I
deserve
did that
that.
to torture someone. He just wants to...
17?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he has a concussion, but you do see some hints of like having fallen twice.
Right.
It's like the last unicorn. You can just see the reflections in my eyes are like like a scene, but it's just me embarrassing myself.
You've just got like you've got a couple of bruises and things like that you definitely didn't get from a fight. And,
I will.
You know,
mage
I
hand
am
and
wearing
grab-
clothes now.
I will mage hand and I will grab the large cup of water, and I will bring that over and I will hand that to him and I say, I should have checked you before you went to sleep. Did you rest okay? Are you all right?
God damn it.
Yes.
Here, please drink this. Hydrate. It's important.
Okay, and I'll drink it. Does it taste weird?
It should taste like water.
No, I wasn't asking you. So
You're not here. I walked to Aym'Bryn. Away from the table.
I'm just gonna say that did Aym'Bryn come in? Can we see this happening?
I figure we're just walking
Okay.
into the.
Yeah, I didn't take him out of the room. I just walked
Yeah,
up
Silas
to
stands
him.
up
okay,
very
so we're
suddenly
just
and
watching
walks.
you like. Okay.
Yeah,
So we're all looking at each other and then looking at you two like,
probably.
How long has
alright,
Fenn's
okay,
finger been
well,
able to glow?
I will
Or not Fen, Silas's. Sorry, I was looking at Fen.
Yeah, all those magic users, you can't just keep telling them apart, right?
It's hard.
This is also a magic user.
Yeah, that's the magic user, but that's fine.
Anyway, yes, I will be watching probably that the whole time, just like it's fine though.
Yeah, I will just quickly check Aym'Bryn's pupils for dilation, and then if they dilate properly, I will say good. And I will return to the table.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yes, I witnessed Aym'Bryn take a bit of a fall yesterday, so I was worried if he had a concussion or something.
Bryn, are you all right?
Yes, I mean, I was better before.
What happened?
indeed.
Was it cool?
If Aym'Bryn took a fall, I don't think it was cool.
Well, unless they were trying to do something cool.
I mean,
This breakfast is, well, I wouldn't compare it to Alan's, but it's quite good.
I am
it wasn't-
starving. What do they have?
There would be like eggs and chicken and stuff, right, for breakfast?
Eggs, chicken, lots and lots and lots of veggies.
Oh.
You know, I'm starting to miss the
Some
abyssal
fruit.
taint. On regular
gosh,
chicken.
No.
Abyssal
Please,
taint?
no. Please,
Dang!
no.
Dang, you monster!
Oh, that! Oh,
And that, friends, will take us to our break forever.
Not quite.
Sorry,
Y'all
this is the
still
end
got
of UST,
some time.
guys.
oh
Sorry.
no, we can't break the cast this early again.
Really, can we
Good.
not? Because, all right, well, I'm going to assume I at least notice that there is weirdness and not push it for now.
After
I'm just gonna look really embarrassed and try to disappear.
I look at it as we're insightful. We're not insightful, but we ain't blind.
We're not dumb!
Yeah, we're
No.
not stupid.
We're not stupid! Silas walked up, stuck a lit finger in Aym'Bryn's eyes, handed him water, and then were weird for like a 5-minute period. So yes, we figured it out.
Well, I'm probably blinking quite a bit because like the whole front of my
it
vision
wasn't
is
super bright. It was like a
light.
pen light.
right into my eyes.
for yourself.
You know,
How bright
I've
it
been
is.
to the
I don't
optometrist a few
know.
times, and it sticks around for a bit.
If I've seen anything,
Unrelated.
it's that elves actually
Unrelated.
are not bothered. I've given.
Given
We're
up.
just gonna roll with it.
After I finish breakfast, I'm going to say, Irde,
Yes.
I would like to find the apothecary to find some kind of first aid things. Is there one in town?
Yes, there is, actually. I was thinking of that as well. I will go with you if that's all right.
Certainly. Sure.
May I accompany you as well?
That's fine with me, of course.
I will also go.
I mean, I guess
I
if we're
think we're
making a
just
thing
going
of
then,
it,
all right.
all
I guess
right.
the whole, if everybody wants to come,
Make
that's
it a
fine. I
group,
just need to pick up
This-
the...
Will we pass the tinker shop on the way to the apothecary keeper?
Yes and no. The apothecary is very close to the monastery,
Okay.
but the tinker shop is also extremely close to the monastery, so they're kind of more like on the same street.
Well, if Alin comes down at this point, I will.
Yeah, I was alright. Yeah, I came down.
Well,
I figured everybody was
I know
down.
Glib, Alin, Fen, you said you wanted to see the tinker shop, correct?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds cool.
So that's close by, so I could drop you off, and then whoever wants to go to the apothecary can go to kill two birds with
yeah,
one
to
stone.
the boring store.
Kill two abyssal chickens with one Sailsaba. I don't
Very.
know.
Yeah, it's okay. You guys go ahead. I'm actually gonna hang around here, see if I can help out or something. You know,
of
for the
course.
hospitality.
Thank you, Alin.
Alin, are you trying to be a fun guy right now?
No, Silas has all the fun guy.
I do.
Yeah, he has them. I can't. Otherwise, I would. Yes, that would be
Okay.
exactly what I was
All
trying
right,
to do.
sorry,
Yes.
I hate myself.
I love it.
All right, so Silas, yes, let's go. Anyone who follows can follow.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Get up and go.
So we go.
And so as many as you would like, as many of you
Whoever's
as you
going.
would like.
Whoever's
Yes.
going, yeah.
Words are hard. But yeah.
Sadly, we talk for a living.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That.
That's
Very
pretty much how
sassy
that
today.
goes.
I'm so sorry, guys.
No, you're good. I love it.
great.
I'm here for the sass. Give me the sass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you would know that this tiny thing is the apothecary shop. And then this would be the tinkerer shop.
All right. So I will lead everyone to the apothecary shop and then point across the way to whoever is interested in that, saying, "That is the tinker shop. If you would like to."
Which ones?
So the tiny
this
little one
here
right up.
is the apothecary,
Okay,
then-
it's that tiny
yeah.
one. Okay.
and then that's
Got
the
it.
tinker shop, the bigger one. Just
Got
so
it.
Yes.
All right, see you there.
Yes.
Oh,
Silus, at any point, I would be interested in knowing what you're working on.
Well,
Whenever.
right. Just, I'm not one for secrecy too much, but, this one I'd like to keep.
Of course. And I wouldn't want to pry into anything, but I am interested.
I'm sure it will be, I hope it will be useful.
I don't doubt that at all. But anyway.
So just double checking.
Yes.
For me. Who is going to the apothecary? Okay. Cool.
So only Glib. We are
no,
letting Glib
Fen-
go
no, I
alone.
had an itch on my nose. So
Itching his nose.
Glib
The
and Fen'rahl.
timing there was amazing.
Yeah, I was like,
Nope.
damn it.
You're letting Glib loose in a toy shop? How dare you?
Yeah,
No,
that's a
the
good
toy shop
idea.
is the other shop in town.
Different.
This is the
Oh.
shop.
tinkerer's shop. Yes, I have many things. This town is... Never mind.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah, it has lots of stuff. So Fen and Glib are going to the tinkerer's shop.
Mhm.
And Alin, you are staying behind and attempting to...
Well, I'm going back up to my room.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
And then
So...
all of us get
Let's I will pause the apothecary in the toy shop and we'll do Alin real quick. So, Alin, what you up to, my friend? Getting up to that room place and...
Yeah. So I'm gonna go up to my room and lay out. I'm gonna lay out the metal seashell that I made before, and a couple of the other things that like the shield that Fen made me, and then I'm going to lay out 10 gold pieces on my bed, and I'm going to focus really, really hard. And I'm going to try to pray for the next hour and transform it into a model of the ship which I used to be a part of.
Fantastic. Was this the thing that you messaged me about?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. So, so you pray for an hour, and you're looking at these items in front of you, and you're trying to connect to Delthiel, and you feel Delthiel there with you. And as you're praying, you feel something kind of on you. Make me a religion check.
That's not one.
Okay, yeah. So, you feel something, and you're trying to get a clear picture in your mind. For some reason, the ship that you grew up on, that you know so well, it's like ingrained in your very being. You can't get a clear picture. You can picture rooms, you can picture places, you can picture pieces where you have certain memories, but for some reason you can't pin down the entire shape to be able to create this thing. And you're getting really frustrated, and you feel like there's something that's like something is trying to tell you something, but you can't figure out what. It's just getting lost in this swirl of memories and thoughts, and everything's kind of just creating this cacophony inside of your head, so you can't pin down why, but for some reason it just doesn't connect.
Yep. I'll just stare at the, I assume, ruined pieces of gold and just kind of drop my head and just think to myself for a while.
So that would be Alin for that, and we can journey back to you later if you make any decisions. Then let's go to Glib and Fen real quick, because smaller things. So you see in front of you a brightly colored building. It almost looks whimsical in nature, with everything involved. So everything is very playful. It's got strange, odd angles, little baubles kind of in the window, and a big sign that says Clatterwell.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. What do you think they got in there?
No, I don't know. Only one way to find out, Fen.
Let's find out. All right.
To
After
the
you,
store.
It's not double doors, but he does push through the doors like they are.
Fenn's kind of doing like this.
Saloon style.
And they open
Yeah.
outward.
And they do open, but you notice you went like expecting them to kind of like fly open. What happened was there are actually two like tinker toys that stand next to it that did a double door entrance for you as soon as you went and so you see these little tinker toys that just kind of like bow their head and stand back up.
Wow. If they didn't ruin my entrance, I would be happier with them. But that's okay. They don't know better. All right, let's take a look. Fen, get in here.
All right. Yeah, I gotta get out of this light. And we go inside.
Yeah, you walk inside, and you see kind of puttering about is this short dwarven woman. And she's got kind of crazy frizzy hair and sort of wild-looking eyes as she's running around with different things in her hands and things like that. And she looks over at you.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning. How can I help y'all?
More just wondering what you go about the store.
Oh, welcome. Y'all look unfamiliar. I'm not used to that. That's exciting, isn't it? Okay, well, welcome. Let's show you around, shall we? So we've got twinkers over here. This will be your sort of bits and bobs that'll like bubble around for you. They usually are used for like delivering things to each other, things of that sort, the little like movie bubbles. And then over here you've got some of your, entertaining little bouncy bits and everything like that. I've really got a whole bunch of things, so it just depends on what you're looking for. Did you have anything in particular that you wanted to kind of say? Anything in mind?
Can I, is this, just out of character, is this like a shop where you go to get pieces to tinker with, or are there some finished products as well?
All of the above.
Pre-tinkered.
Yes.
Okay.
It's you can find either things there. You can also find some like tools and things like that if you wanted to. And everything is very bright and shiny. There is a lot of decoration to the stuff that is pre-made. Yeah.
Well, my name is Glib, and this is Fen, and we're adventurers. And also, I have no idea what any of these things do.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Having adventurers. Welcome. My name's Bubble. It's lovely to meet your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Is that one okay? It looks a little bit under the weather.
I haven't
It's
slept.
great to be so green.
I like her. Well, maybe we need to get you some welding goggles, Fen.
I can do that, absolutely.
My glasses are at the monastery. I forgot them.
He
forget.
doesn't
You
like
know-
the light.
I have something for that. And she like scoops around and then comes
Oh,
back
you
with
can
this
fix
giant...
this, huh?
Well, no, I mean, your face looks fine, I'm sure. Right, beardless in my personal opinion, but to each their own, right? And she comes back with this little, like, thing with a couple of buttons, and it has a little, like, cone on it. She's like, this can help you with your whole remembering issue if you've got faulty mugging. So what you do is you press the button and you spec into it, and then it like keeps it inside of it. And then if you press the play button right over here with this little triangle thing, you can make it spec back at you with your own voice, anything that you'd like. It's very useful and a non-magic, so not gonna like undo itself with all those problems.
Wow, so you can just talk to yourself.
Exactly. Have great conversations with myself, honestly.
I think
But
I
I've
know
also got
somebody who
balls.
might like that. Ah.
Well, it's not me.
No, oh well, I mean... no.
Silas might like that when he's talking
That's
about
what I
his...
was thinking, yeah.
Nailed it.
Oh,
How much is that thing?
Right here would be about 12 gold.
Oh,
that's
seems
not-
Yeah, that's
that's-
not bad.
Very reasonable, yeah.
I try to keep my prices affordable for everyone so that, you know, because like everyone should have their own special things and things like that. The more complicated things, definitely a little bit more expensive. But the things that are a little bit easier, things like this, you can sort of get for a reasonable price.
I appreciate that.
Indeed. What else might he have?
Oh goodness, that's a great question. Well, it depends on exactly what you're looking at. Is there like a particular problem you're trying to solve? Are you just bored? Or you like
Oh, you said the magic words.
Oh no.
problem or
Glib.
bored?
Glib's
I
good.
mean, we rarely have a dull moment, but when we do, it'd be nice to have something to play around with. You know.
I think I might have the perfect thing for you. And she kind of scuttles away. And she comes back with this, like... It doesn't really look like anything except a pile of gears. And then she puts it down. And she says, this right here. This is one of my favourite things I've ever made. And she messes with it a little bit. And you can see her, like, very quickly, her fingers move, and she kind of goes into this, like, you know that gif where it's, like, the math going all around and it's very beautiful mind?
Mm-hmm.
She looks like that for a second. You almost imagine that there are actual, like, numbers just flying past her face, and her fingers are moving like lightning. And all of a sudden, sitting before you is this intricate puzzle sort of, like, maze almost.
Wow.
And then she just like she pulls one thing apart and it goes back to the like pile of gears. This is the puzzle. Helps you get your mind and your fingers going so that you can make all those great inventions that you got somewhere rattling about in your noggin. It's very enjoyable, but it can be a bit of a problem. So if you're not really ready for like a thinking thing, it can be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I have very little mechanical experience.
I understand.
Unless you
I
have
work
like
with a... Yeah, I work with a forge more than anything.
Do you have a starter's kit for tinkering?
I do actually, if that's what you're looking for. Got this kids one, and she kind of like huddles over to a side and she pulls out something that looks like a treasure chest and flops it down in front of you. And this is the starter's kit for the young'uns. It's quite enjoyable for those older folks as well, but you can make a little jumping dog. It's really cute. Even does the back thing. I go, ah!
Do you have anything for slightly older than kids, but not quite an adult yet?
I can get something for you there. And she walks over to another shelf and kind of pulls it over. Bit more boring, this one, in my personal opinion, and not quite so like. I mean, the jumping dog is really cute, but this particular one you can make a little like timer clock, so it kind of goes around and dings every so often, and you like can keep track of times and such. It's great for like study habits and things like that. It's got your basic supplies and instructions on how to create it. Made it myself, honestly.
Well, that's
I was
great.
really hoping she'd be like, you can make a gun.
It comes
Yes,
with all the
you're
black
really
powder
young
you
for
can
the people
possibly
who are
need.
not quite kids and not quite adults.
Oh, you don't like the jumping dog? Here's a handgun.
No.
Here's how
I
you
would like
make a
to
leaf
think that's
height
at least
wall.
the adult version and not the
Yeah.
intermediary.
She's a crazy adventure chick. That does not mean that she's
yeah,
going to just hand a goblin a gun.
Guns, that's not inventing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait,
Why
is
does
it
being
because
a
it's a
goblin
goblin?
have anything to do with it?
It's got nothing to do with being a goblin and everything to do with the fact that it's a gun.
Wow. Also,
Looking to
this
keep
is
her
great.
away, keep her
I really am interested in both of those. Because I figure I'll start with the kids one, and then maybe I'll work my way up to the medium clock one. We can always use a clock because I can that's the clocks are cool. Do you have anything that helps prevent you from being hit by things that are trying to hit you?
Like Aym'Bryn?
Yeah,
Right.
The anti.
not for me.
The anti. Oh yes, armor. The anti-gun.
Oh no, I'll take a lot of
I
hits.
designed
Glib.
this new thing. It's called Kevlar.
It's called Kevlar.
I kept inventing guns and I thought I've got to do something about that.
Yeah, there's gonna be a hard counter to that one.
It's overlapping ceramic plates that absorb the impact. I'll put a little non-Newtonian fluid in the middle.
A non-Newtonian plate? Did you?
No, the plates are pretty Newtonian.
That's what I thought. But I don't know what I heard. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I cannot say. I'm not exactly the sort of person that makes things that I could give you like a little tinker toy that like try to hit things out of the way, but I don't know that would be particularly useful in most situations. Is sort of the problem.
No, but it'd be cute.
It would be so cute. I do have this little like thing that you like pop it and it pops out, and you can like poke people in the nose with it. It's quite enjoyable. But I don't really have anything that's like protective gear per se. Unfortunately, not like I don't get a lot of people here looking for armor.
No, that's fair. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, that's fair. To be fair, we just got in last night, so.
I understand. That is completely understandable. Making your way around the whole country, being the big important adventurous. That's
We're stopping the
really
world
exciting.
from ending.
Yeah. Oh, move. That sounds exciting.
See-
That's escalated
Exciting.
quickly.
See, Glib, I tell people about that, and people look at me funny. You say it, and everybody believes you. What the hell is with that?
Well, that's because you look like you'd be standing on the street yelling it right now.
No offense to you, Sir Elf, because you look like a wonderful person, but he looks a little bit more, I don't know, jovial. You just kind of get this like nice, charming thing from him, whereas you,
He
I'm
really
a
just
prick.
needs a nap.
Oh no.
very
No,
handsome.
hey, let's stop with this negativity.
It's not negativity. It's just the science side.
No, not you,
Oh,
Mr. I'm a prick over here.
I get that from him.
I think he just needs a nap.
I have something for that. And she just runs
I love Bubbles so much.
Bobble is everything to me,
Mm.
and I just am with Glib talking. I'm like, all right, so we just need to put Fen down for the afternoon.
I can't wait to play the one shot where we get to choose NPCs.
It's just the bat she keeps behind the counter for rowdy
I was gonna
customers.
say.
She's just gonna cast sleep on Fen.
Has either be a bat or a hammer.
You think that it's as simple as a bat? I'm sorry.
It's a Rube Gold. The entire room is
the
a Rube
entire
Goldberg
room
machine.
is a Rube Goldberg machine, and it turns into a boot that kicks you out the door. That's what happens.
It's a bat with a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. The end result is still a bat. But
Yeah.
there's just a
the
lot of
domino fell off the
intermediary
fucking
steps.
track
It's
again. I can't get
It's a bat in the shape of a boot.
It's like it's a little cannon. It's a little cannon.
She comes back with this little thing, and it does kind of look like a gun, except the front of it is like a big like saucer, and it has a bunch of like kaleidoscope, like a bunch of like beads and gems kind of embedded in it. And she puts it in your hand, Glib, and holds up puts your finger so that it's on the trigger and points it at Fen.
What a
Bad
minute.
trigger discipline.
And says, now you're gonna just you're gonna pump it a little bit.
Fen, are you okay with this? Because I'm really
No.
excited.
It's not gonna hurt you. What is your sense of adventure? Aren't you supposed to be saving the world? Come on now.
Dang, she used that against you, Fen.
Oh, damn it. All right. What the
And it like starts to spin, and it very much has a kaleidoscopic effect where it does like everything starts to kind of move as it's spinning, and it kind of creates this almost hypnotic pattern effect. Fen, make me a Constitution check.
A con check?
Yeah.
At disadvantage because he's exhausted.
Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. Yes.
It's not disadvantage if it's just
skill
regular
checks.
because
It's
skill
a
checks is
it's
the
a
first.
saving throw though. This
Yeah.
would be a saving throw.
Oh, never mind.
Right, but skill checks are the only ones that are disadvantaged
Okay.
for.
That's
I
true
thought it was-
because
You're right. You're
2
right.
Okay.
points is the saving throws, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
3
Okay.
points is the saving
I'll-
throw.
Yeah,
2 points is
yeah,
half
yeah.
speed.
Reroll that.
Yeah. That.
Thanks.
Doesn't matter. That was garbage. Plus
For your own
con.
good.
So that is a grand spanking total of 5.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says plus 5. That's a 2. 7.
Oh, great. Okay. So yeah, you're kind of standing there, and you like get really drawn in to this like spinning and swirling, and you kind of start to wobble a little, and you feel a little drowsy, and you just kind of like can't really look away from the shining moving parts.
How long do I have to hold this?
You can stop at any time, but if you keep going for too long, you will actually let fall over and go to bed if he's not, too mentally there.
Oh, okay.
Aye.
Well, I don't want to fall asleep in your store. I feel like that might not be good for business.
Yeah. I'd probably. I mean, it's not
That's
the greatest
cool.
thing. Thank you. It's my hypnotic machine.
What else just happened?
Oh, welcome back to the world of the waking. And she like taps your cheek. Kind of does that like slap thing.
Where'd I go?
Oh.
Well, yeah.
You were here the whole time. Physically.
Oh. Okay, that's vague.
That's uncomfortable.
Don't worry about
What?
it. It's not like it hurt you, did it? It just feel a little, woozy.
That's a word for it.
Aye.
Well, I am sold. Maybe not on this one. It seems really cool. I'm sure it's very expensive based on what it does.
Unfortunately, there's a bit more up there.
But I would like to pick up the 2 kits and the talk to yourself machine.
I got it. Okay. So, that's 12 for that one, and there's 5 for the other one, so that's 17 total, plus another 7. So that would be 24 gold pieces. I'm afraid it's a bit up there and understand, but it's quite a bit of things.
That's okay. Actually, can I throw another talk to yourself machine in there too?
Aye, of course, I'd be happy to get you a second one. Do you want
Fen puts 12 gold on the counter
all of that?
for one of them.
Great,
Okay.
yeah. And so she like waddles away and kind of comes back with another talk to yourself machine. And she kind of like bats off one of the walking things behind her as she's walking. It seems to be trying to like cling to her. Just get off me! Sorry about that. I had to go to the way back. But here you go, 2 talking machines and then the 2 starter kits. Anything else for you this morning?
I think that'll take care of it for me, Glib.
Unless there's something else that's really cool and also somewhat affordable, but not too affordable. As Glib
that
pulls out
caveat, that's
his sack of 300 gold he's like working on.
And she's too distracted with like things in her head to even look at the sack of gold. And she's just kind of staring off into a corner where she's just like, cool. And then she kind of like runs off and comes back with this little figurine looking thing with a little sword. And she pokes the back of its head and it gets into a fighting stance. And then it swings its sword. And she says, it's a letter opener.
It's a what?
I open letters! So it's got this tiny little sword here, and then you just like hold open the letter in just the right way, and it goes whack, and then it opens the letter. It's perfect. It's so much fun. It's really enjoyable. I love this little guy. I named him Fred.
All right, well, throw Fred in. I know people get letters sometimes.
Fantastic. Fred would only be about 4 gold pieces. I've got about 12 of them. So they're quite
Alrighty.
fun to just like assemble in the little clockwork system inside. It's very easy. So
And out of curiosity, not to besmirch Fred's dignity, would the starter kit have pieces that I could use to maybe take Fred apart and put him back together?
the
Fuck
dog,
yes.
yes. The clock, they're slightly different sized because the Tekken like egg is a bit bigger than you'd see Fred, because Fred's kind of small, and the dog is a little bit smaller, but it also does it has the movement part, which you could definitely do. So yes, sort of. It might be a bit difficult for a beginner. I definitely thought of Fred rather recently, so it wouldn't be the easiest thing to just make on your first time. But it's a valiant thing to aim for, certainly.
Absolutely. Well, I was just wondering if the parts were not necessarily compatible, but the tool sizes were.
Aye, they are, yes.
Cool. Alrighty. So that would be 28 total then, because Fen put down the 12 for the additional Taki.
That sounds like math. Just to make sure, because
It was
DM...
24. It was 24 earlier, and then he added the 4 gold Fred, so that would be 28. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Minus 12.
Thank you,
so
because
16.
16.
Well, no, because you paid for the second talk to yourself tonight.
Oh,
Yes,
gotcha.
and the second
Okay.
talking machine was 12. Yeah, so yes, 28. Thank you.
Excellent.
Sorry, because I was just double checking, because
I gotcha.
calculator stuff.
Well, Bobble, I have to say, this was really cool, and you have a great shop, and it was fun to take a look around.
Thank you. Hey, how do you feel about carriages?
I can neither confirm nor deny I've seen a carriage.
Alright, and she hops behind this little desk and she's like, watch this, right up there, and she points to the ceiling, and she kind of tips this little it looks like a pendulum on a clock, and it ticks and it sets off these dominoes that go up a ladder, and then it falls onto this little what are they called? The things that blow air in
bellows?
fireplaces.
Bellows.
Yes.
Guillotine.
Bellows, tiny little.
Very different.
There are
Sorry,
2 types of people in the
Well,
world.
now it's a guillotine. But yeah, no, the bellows, and then it blows this little thing that looks like a horse in a carriage that flies all the way around the ceiling, and then pokes something at the very end, and the little bell rings, and then the doors fly open again and say, "Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful day."
Oh, that was great, Bobble.
I think.
Wow. All right, well, we'll catch you around.
Fantastic. And that would be you two.
One little Tinker
so-
Toy's whole life is just resetting those dominoes each time that happens. It's the only reason he was created. He's just Sisyphus.
What is my
100%.
purpose?
Isn't it
You
nice
reset the butter.
to have a
You
purpose
reset
in
the
life that
dominoes.
is so clear cut?
Yeah, no, it really is just
Oh my
there's
God.
there's a tiny little man that's about Fred's size that just walked.
I am Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
Existence is pain.
But yeah,
Oh.
so that takes care of you two. So let's go over to Weeds and Seeds with the other
We don't need
members of the
to-
party.
Unless anybody has any super business here, we don't
Yeah,
need to
nothing.
make this a whole thing, and we can just.
No, I mean,
just
I would like
pop
to
in and-
restock my herbalism kit, is all.
Right.
Fantastic.
I would like
Hard
to.
to top.
I know, I was like,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
try to
You
make
wanna
it.
really try to
I
attempt.
wouldn't dare try, but I do want to get a healer's kit. Just some basic things. That.
Fantastic.
And then I would like to inquire about the bookshop in town as well.
Yes, we can go to the bookshop. Keeper just, I guess, and how much I would need to spend for resupplying herbalism and stuff.
Let me double check the herbalism thing real quick.
The healer's kit is 5 gold usually on the baseline. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh no.
And it would be base price. to get a whole new herbalism kit would be 5 gold as well, so I would say just to, like, do some basic restocking, it'd probably be closer to, like, 2 gold.
Okay, great.
You do see a line of different, like, perfumes and, like, scents on the wall, and you do actually find a little selection of teas that you might be interested in, but yeah.
Yeah, actually, why not? Like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will also purchase teas. Yeah. All right, to the bookshop then.
I didn't come here with any
Before we-
particular...
Oh,
go
yes,
ahead,
sorry,
Sis.
you guys also had things you wanted to do at the apothecary.
Sales will... Is there someone who's sort of minding the counter and helping us with...
Yes, you see a very tall, lanky, like, tortoise person. Looks rather young with some very large spectacles and just... Hello, yes. It is lovely to make your acquaintance. My name is Gulliver Reed, and this is my shop, Reeds and Seeds.
I love Gulliver.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you an expert on liquids?
I am an expert on many liquids, yes, and
Oh.
and also plants, particularly of the aquatic variety. But did you have a liquid in mind?
Oh, yes. She'll shuffle in her pack and she'll pull out the vial of hag's blood and she'll put it on the counter and... Can you tell me what this does?
Of course. He pulls it over, and in a very similar, like, mimicking you, and pops open the cork and sniffs it. And then he kind of, like, pulls out a little, like, pipette, like, pipette. Pipette, that's how you say that.
Oh, Pip.
I prefer the first one.
Yeah. It's Pivot now.
Pipette.
Yep, it's now forever.
Little pipette, and he kind of, like, dips it in. He doesn't even, like, squeeze it. It just kind of gets, like, the very tip in and kind of, like, dabs a bit on his tongue.
And instantly dies.
We lose a lot of alchemists that way.
And he...
Should
get-
really stop tasting everything.
You get the feeling that he's developed a particularly good constitution against most things.
Immunity.
An immunity to iocane powder.
Yes! In fact, that's what he specializes in tasting.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well,
That's impressive
That-
because it's odorless and tasteless.
that would in fact be a vial of blood. Probably from some sort of hag. It would be particularly useful in things like curses, or if you would like to cast a spell such as Bane. Probably a little too old for the ones that require a fresh sample of blood, but in this particular case, Bane would be a great option for it, as well as creating a sort of strange effect when ingested, where it could potentially cause you to have an effect with the hag magic for a while, usually negative on the person who is ingesting it, so I would not suggest taking large amounts into yourself or others. Otherwise, it is a great repellent for certain insects.
Oh. Oh, thank you. You are indeed an expert at liquid.
I do really try that. I appreciate your courtesy so much.
Thank you.
I would like to say that I assume that Irde has met Gulliver in her time.
Yes.
So whatever she pays, she will pay extra for whatever damage she had ever caused to the shop.
Oh.
I'm not saying she actually damaged the shop, but she was.
But it's very sweet, and he just.
But she probably was a little bit more testy than she should have ever been to a person working sales. She's working better. She's better. She's better now.
And he looks like hesitant when you first walk up, but then
That's
you're
fair.
just kind of like very sweet, and he's just like.
Yeah.
It's fair. Yeah.
So just let me know whatever the total is.
For the kit and then some teas, I would give you 3 gold, depending on how much tea you wanted to buy. But if you want a rather large bag of just a couple of different teas, it'd be about 3 gold per.
All right, 3 gold.
And you get about a pound bag of like mixed loose leaf tea.
So we have
for
a crap
gold
ton of tea. Is what I'm
So
hearing,
yeah,
I love
you
it.
have a bunch of tea,
So
and
much
it's
tea.
you know, bulk candy when you can like mix however you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
It's that but tea. So you can just mix a bunch of different teas together if you'd like, and kind of create your own blend.
There's a lot to leaf through.
Yes. And he would give you like suggestions of like, this tea is good for this particular situation if that's what you're going for. This one's great for some headaches, also hangovers. Very useful.
That actually might
that
be
sort
good.
of thing.
Yes. All right. We don't need to. I don't need to go through all that. But just say.
Yeah,
I
no,
get
that's fair.
those.
And then, Bryn, did you have something you wanted?
I
as
did
well?
not come here for anything. I would just like to pretend that I did, and I can't find it.
That's fair. Okay.
Can I roll it? I don't know what performance.
Performance check. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Bryn.
Are you
It's not great.
begging
It's
this
8.
guy?
I'm not doing a good idea. I'm not doing a good job at all.
Let me roll a.
Oh yes, I guess I won't find what I'm looking for in this backwood shop of yours.
Hashtag not all not all high elves.
He does seem to like. He walks up to you with what the closest you
Does
can
he
approximate
think I'm
to
going
a
to shoplift?
smile
I'm not.
with a peak on it. No, he walks up to you with what looks like a smile, or at least as close as you can imagine a turtle face getting to
turtle
a smile.
smile.
And you just, I'm sorry, did you need help finding something, my good sir?
Yeah, no. I'm just I'm gonna wait outside. Actually,
I do completely
Do I
understand.
notice that Bryn is acting weird towards Silas/Silas?
Oh, I'm also acting weird to you, Irde. But I'm
Roll
also
me an
misbehaving.
insight check. If it's towards yourself, roll at disadvantage because that's not true. Don't.
Because we've
I'm
established that
going
Irde
to roll.
doesn't.
I roll insight on Bryn. Yes.
Yeah, just roll insight on Bryn.
I could give Irde a 3 and make this really interesting.
I mean, I rolled an 8, so not much better.
So not much better. You have. I mean,
I
Aym'Bryn
did
is
still
a,
see Silas doing weird shit in the morning. So
Bryn
You
Bryn
did.
is a dodgy character, so it's a bit hard to kind of pin him down
Cool.
sometimes.
can
Not
I
as
have
dodgy as I'm gonna
advantage
be when we
because
level.
I saw Silas doing something that I've never seen Silas do before in the morning?
What?
What are you looking for?
Basically, I'm just saying, can I
Silas
roll
is
that
on the
insight at
habitually check me for
advantage because I
concussions.
saw Bryn and Silas acting weird this morning?
Not necessarily because there is a lot that Bryn is currently doing as far as like what's happening. So
Being sketchy.
yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't necessarily build in this particular situation. It could potentially build throughout the day, though. So
Okay.
since you've done 2 already,
I was gonna say, do we not usually check Bryn for concussions? I mean, I
We
Yes.
don't. Maybe we
Silas is the
should,
only
but
one
we
who's taking
don't. We
proper care of
haven't
me.
yet.
Probably
anyway,
add it to the list.
as
All right.
So
Why do you
you
think I'm
want
getting a healer's kit?
That's why I keep casting white at night. I mean, this is fucking. Sometimes you gotta check.
Do I just
As,
always look a little dilated? Is it?
as we finish
It's
in
the blood.
Did
It's-
we want
This-
to go to the bookstore?
Yes.
you want us to go to the bookstore?
Yes.
I want to.
Well, we will go to the bookstore after the break. What? Yay!
Hooray, books.
Hooray breaks.
All right.
Go
Guys,
grab your
I'm-
favorite book on the break.
everyone. We hope you had a wonderful break. We certainly had an enjoyable time, and we are going to head right over to the Lidol bookshop, called A Tome to Remember.
Question: do you think
Yes?
they would have been coming out of the alchemist shop around roughly the same time we came out of the Tinkerers?
Yeah, you both had a fairly short amount of time.
Oh,
you
and
spent
that
there.
reminds me, I meant to say, retcon, Irde did take one of the flowers Fen gave her and put it behind her ear and has been wearing that today.
Aw, cute. Okay. Yep, that's fair. Okay.
Moving on.
All right. Wow, you got. Oh my gosh, we got stuff. Oh man, how is the alchemist shop?
Well,
I got some nice
what
tea.
it needed to be.
All right.
I do like the tea.
How was the tinkerer's shop?
Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
There are some very interesting things in there.
Bobble is very entertaining.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, she almost put Finn to sleep.
Is that what you did?
Well, to be fair, Fen, you didn't sleep last night.
That's also fair.
And I got a
I'm
kit to make a dog that jumps, and I got one to make a clock, and I got some stuff. If anybody needs to open a letter, I have a new buddy that can do that.
Oh, Silus, we got you one of these, and he's gonna pull out the recorder. See, and he explains how you use it. And so, whenever you're working on one of your spells, you can take notes and play it back and have the exact thought for yourself.
Thank you. For this, how long does it, Keeper? How long does the recording? How many seconds?
How much
can
duration?
I record? Thank you.
Yeah.
It has a maximum of 10 minutes on it.
But you can like reset it.
But you can reset it. Yeah, it's something that
It's
you
a
can...
yak back, but
Yeah.
a 10-minute yak back.
It's a 10-minute yak back.
Oh man, I remember those.
And you can separate it into stuff, and you can go back and re-record, and you can but it's got little buttons on it and some
Also,
Thank you very much.
Brion, I got an extra one for you. I thought it might be handy if you needed to record something without necessarily being noticed.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you, Glib. Thank you.
Just in case it comes up where we
Yes, it-
need dirt.
I can't think of the situation offhand, but it does sound awfully useful.
Or you can use it to take notes.
Yes, of course. Notes. Taking notes.
Well, I mean, you do sometimes have to help Sailsaba with that, yes?
Yes.
Don't remember things.
Well, that's
That's-
very nice of both of you.
So,
okay.
is there a shopkeeper here?
Yes, actually,
Are you
I
going
think,
inside of a tome to remember?
yes, let's
I
go.
would like to,
There
yes.
is, indeed.
Fantastic. You walk
I'm
in...
going to imagine that this is probably one of the people Irde actually has a fairly decent relationship with in this town.
Probably. You do know for a fact that while he's not necessarily flirty, he has a sort of charming air about him.
Yes.
Yeah, so you walk in and you find a dwarf, small, thin, tan skin, jet black hair, gelled in a very specific way. One of those white shirts with the puffy sleeves and a very low V-neck to it, and it looks like his chest is oiled. And he has very tight black leather pants on, and has just like a bouquet of roses on the side of the counter.
Zergan, how are you doing?
Irde, it's lovely to have you back. Welcome to my little shop, flower.
Yes. Silus? Bookshop.
Hello.
Have fun.
Welcome, it
I
is
was-
lovely to meet you.
I was wondering if you had any tomes of arcane knowledge available. Any discarded wizard tomes or anything of that nature.
You are
People
looking...
just throw their tomes away?
People pass on or grow out of their beginning tomes.
While I would love to help you with your exploits, my dear, unfortunately, if you are looking for magical tomes per se, the best place would be to search Somatic next door. However, if you are looking for stories of magic of a different kind, I can absolutely assist.
Oh, I like him already.
You have a historical section, yes?
Of course, we have a few historical books that would be of use to you, I'm sure. And if you are looking for simply arcane functions, we have how-tos for all sorts of that, but an actual magic book is not particularly on these shelves.
Ooh, what kind of how-tos do you have? I'm picking up so many skills today, guys!
We have all sorts, my friend. Any sort of guide you can imagine. Things to read the stars, ways to fall in love, ways to make others fall in love with you.
That's cheating.
That sounds a little skeezy when you put it like
Yeah.
that.
That's cheating.
It was it's this gesture that makes it really.
Yeah, no, it's really the somatic component.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Speaking of somatic.
It is not, as you would hope, a magic tome. That would be a terrible choice. No. These are tools, resources to assist you to be more charismatic.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah.
10 ways to make any woman fall in love with you.
Yeah,
I'm going to
very much
go
that.
check out somatics. Irde, you know
Yes.
what I am interested in here, if there are any things history related or any bestiaries.
I'm
that
sorry,
might
I
be-
did not hear you. What?
You know what I'm after as far as bestiaries and histories, if those
yes.
are available. I'm going to go over next door and...
Yeah, I don't do so well with the bestiaries, unfortunately.
I don't want to keep anybody, but I would like to go check
of
out
course,
a bit more practical magics.
All right.
Uh,
Well, Somatic is next door. I will see you later.
Glib makes eye contact with the bookshop owner, be like, man, nobody appreciates a good story anymore.
I understand getting lost in the pages is lost to the average.
Yes, actually. Yes, sort of in the history and folklore sections. Do I find anything of, I guess specifically pertaining to the whole Cult of Ruin thing, but obviously that there's not going to be a book like How to Defeat the Cult of Ruin. I get that, but
He said
is there
any
anything-
guide.
Roll me, if you please.
Defeating the Cult of Ruin for idiots.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, good.
Or I will also allow you to ask him for assistance and roll a persuasion check.
Yes. Would you mind? We are looking for a specific bestiary that hasn't really been seen in a very long time. In fact, most people probably wouldn't believe it exists, but very large sort of serpent monsters. And I would love it if you could use your expertise to sort of point me in a direction.
Yeah, like, do you have anything on left?
Left half play.
That's what I said.
That one, yes.
Okay. I do not know what his left is. However,
Would there be anything on sort of large serpentine monsters that at one point may have attempted to destroy the world?
roll me a persuasion check, please.
I
will give you-
it here.
Do I have
left your
advantage from Glib?
receipt.
You do have advantage from Glib. I will
Thank you.
also ask you, my darling.
Yes.
Would you have looked for what you're looking for with him before? Would you have looked for things on a grander
No.
scale, like for
I
the
don't
person
think
that
I
you're looking for?
look with Zergen asked about monsters about ending the world.
No, about Melendra.
I probably would have, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll me that persuasion check.
Thank you. Oh, fucking fuck. So rolled 2 5s on die, so that's a total of 12.
Woof.
2 5s! Why do you hate me, dice? Why? Why are you like this? I'm good at one thing. Shall I try that investigation on my own then?
Unfortunately, I cannot think of anything of interest that comes to mind as far as wizards, although there are a few interesting tales of wizard folk. But as for that, you may find better luck perusing the shelves yourself.
Like Yanti?
Well, all sorts, honestly. It depends on what your interests lie in.
Well, I think sooner or later we're gonna hit a Yanti ruin.
That is true, yes.
Sooner or later.
And by sooner or later, probably that much sooner.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out! Thank you very much.
Yes.
Zergan, I will, I guess, look around.
Fair enough.
And hate myself.
I'm so sorry.
I hate everything. That's fine.
Yeah.
Is this like a Borders where there's like a coffee shop in it?
There's
mage golds in it.
You know what? Hold on. Where's my other D10? There you go. Oh, yeah, that's a 92. Yeah, there's a mage golds in here, sure.
Goddamn right.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Have fun. I'm going to look at the shelves.
Fantastic.
Does anybody want anything?
I'm fine for now, thank you.
Grande
Might I look? I do want to look for.
I'll take some coffee, Glib, if you're buying.
Okay, Jumbo for Finn.
Yeah.
Keeper, I would like to search for books that I think might help us. Also, if there are any sort of like spell type things, I would like that as well.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, my dearest one.
Spell type things is what I was asking about in
No,
character.
I understand, and it doesn't matter because I rolled a goddamn 3.
Okay.
You keep finding books that seem like they should be about spells, but it's all just
Irde's
wordplay.
Irde's not gonna have a good night, y'all. I'm just saying.
A lot of
She's
typos
very
on
frustrated.
spines for runes to runes.
As you're looking around,
I get very frustrated and leave.
you get very frustrated. You also get distracted by a new, and I'm just gonna give this one to you and be nice. A rather new, publication. And it says, by A. Angel.
Ben, here's your coffee.
And it is labeled Celestial Courts. And the main character, seems to have a best friend named, Melandra. It is a fiction book, and it is a romance, as is common for him, but yeah. So that is unfortunately
I will
all you can find.
purchase that. Well, hopefully I'll do something better next time. Yes, I would like this.
Fantastic, my dear. I thought you might have a little interest if it found you. This would be 9 copper pieces, if you please.
Yes. I will pay the 9 copper pieces.
Fantastic.
I'm just gonna give him a silver, actually.
That's fair.
I don't
give
want
you
him back.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And
Irde also
then
wrecked
I'm
this shop.
going to actually follow Silus to Somatic, actually.
Fantastic. Did anyone else want to do anything in the shop?
Fen'rahl ask if there's anything relating to, like, smelting of magical metals.
How to?
Roll me, would you like persuasion or investigation? Do you want to look for yourself, or do you want to ask him for help?
The book's called You Dealt It.
God. That is such a... it's such a bad choice because I suck at both.
I think
Persuasion.
Yeah, you'll bust out an at 20 again.
you're better. Yeah.
You got that luck.
You got
that
I also
magic.
have disadvantage.
Yeah, you,
You
got
do?
that.
Do it.
Please.
No, it's a 10.
For persuasion?
So unfortunately,
Yeah.
you're looking through the things, and the closest thing you find is a rather raunchy-looking cover with 2 half-orcs both hammering on the same sword.
That was gonna go in a different direction, and I was very
No,
concerned.
it goes in exactly the direction you think it is.
Mhm.
Just with some subtlety.
I hate it.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't really find anything that looks like it's of use for figuring that out,
Yeah.
unless
To your
you
particular
really
Kark
want to
and
dig
Murkoch
deep
on the
into
razor's
the
edge.
thought. Yeah. This particular shop doesn't look like it has a ton in the whole instructional thing. It does have a small nonfiction section,
Yeah.
but it's a little harder to find.
I'm sorry, sir. It's just, I don't think you've got what I'm looking for.
Oh, I completely understand. No offense, but you are not really the flower I seek either.
Ouch.
Do you have any flower books on gods? Hello?
Oh, what a precious creature. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, Sales.
Yes, ma'am.
Bryn, just so you know, I think I did at some point tell you that Zurgen was up to date on town gossip, if that is a thing.
Yes, about that. But the sales.
I mean later, but I'm just letting you know that was a thing that I would have told you.
Yeah, and with the 17,
Thank God.
he takes you to an entire section dedicated to celestial fiction. There are three celestial nonfiction books as well, and they all seem to be on gods that you don't super recognize. One of them is on minor deities only, and then you've got one on you've got actually one of them you would recognize because one of them is Hana. And then you've also got yokai.
I will take the lot.
You're taking the entire fiction section as well, or just the 3 nonfiction?
The 3.
Okay, fantastic.
And
yeah,
one
At least
randomly
one of the
selected-
left behind
and one
ones.
randomly selected fiction. Because
Okay.
You
I
probably
do
could
want
afford
Sales
all
just to have
of
a
it.
little library,
Probably.
like an actual library in her bag.
that would be very heavy, though. You'd need the bag of holding.
She's gonna leave them in all of our bags.
It's true.
Why does my
that
shoulder
bag
hurt
so
so
much
much?
heavier?
But yeah, we will roll a luck check, and I will write up a list of books to
All
kind of
good.
figure out
All
which
good.
one you get of the nonfiction as well, because I have a couple of things that are possible. So we'll figure that out later.
And Fenn's gonna join Irde and Silus in the magic store.
Irde probably walked in very annoyed in the magic store,
Just before that, so knowing what I know about this gentleman, and also just his general demeanor, but there is very little that I want quite so much as to sit on the cashier's counter and have a very long conversation with this person. But I am behaving myself today, and I would like to stealth outside as soon as Silas goes and follow him.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. He would also actually, Sales, as he's talking to you, he kind of seems to get this spark in his eye of memory, and he goes, I completely didn't think about it, and runs to, because you got high enough, runs to a little corner of the nonfiction section and pulls out a book called Dragons, Worms, and Scaly Friends. And he says,
Okay.
This is not what you looked for, but it does have some scaled type creatures in it if you thought this might be useful to your friend's exploits. I apologize, I completely lost my track.
Oh, that is okay. It happens to me all the time. Constantly.
I understand your situation, unfortunately. But
It
yes,
is okay. We are still useful.
we are indeed. You, I think, have a wonderful mind.
Ah, thank you.
And he will give you one of the roses and just tuck it behind your ear.
Unless it's
It's
been of the thorn.
dethorned. Yeah, no.
Okay.
He's a romantic. These are like the most these are beautifully chosen, hand-picked roses, all dethorned and just absolutely flawless. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
they
Work.
look
What a
like they're
power move.
straight off of a romance novel.
Is there like a
Yeah.
little
Will
jar
you
of all the
please
rose
ping
thorns?
where the bookshop is, Keeper?
Yeah, that's
And the magic shop. I just realized I didn't ask.
So, the bookshop is actually going to be this right here.
Okay.
The magic shop is going to be over here.
Okay. Thank you.
So they're a little farther away. This here is
Yeah.
the chocolate shop, or the sweet shop. Sorry, I got vaguely distracted by the fact that the sweet shop was right there, because I was like, look at how cute that little building is. Sorry.
Very nice.
Sorry, I'm doing math. So that would be 1 silver and 5 copper, if you please, for the books.
Aha. Aha. And she will reach into her bag and put the handful of gold on and
Just a handful of gold? Okay. How many gold pieces are in this handful?
She got
You
big
know what?
hands.
The last handful was 25, so.
nope. I'm gonna roll for it.
Oh, cheese and rice. Okay.
It's 8 gold.
Okay. So he just looks
Better.
at that and goes, "Oh, you are such a wonderful friend. I hope to see you very soon, my beautiful kitten." And he just kind of like scritches under your chin and then takes the gold and puts it in his little like cash drawer. Did you require change?
Oh, you wished for me. Goes into a cat.
Oh goodness, you are my favorite! And just kind of like pets you a little bit. Just, oh, such a wonderful gift from friend Irde. I love you.
Sales lives here now. We're never gonna see her again. She's the bookshop cat now, guys.
She's the
For an
master.
hour.
And he
Roll
absolutely
your
like
character.
he gives you like a little saucer of tuna, and he's just like
For four
perfectly happy
hours.
to just yeah.
Honestly, Sales couldn't have asked for a better life. So
Yeah. But I assume at some point, after spending some time, Aym'Bryn, you stealthed away.
Yes, 25.
Yeah, and you disappear. You become one with the books, if you would like, or whatever else you would like to become one with, because no one can see you.
I think it's more that I choose a good moment. I'm not necessarily like stealthing. I just didn't necessarily want to make a big deal out of leaving, so I just wait until Irde is talking to the shopkeeper or
Okay.
until, something like that and just kind of
And was there a place you wanted to
casually.
go?
So I'm following Silus.
Ah, okay. So you are going as well to Matic.
So if the stealth carries, well, not quite. Okay, so the bookshop is here and the magic shop is there, correct?
Probably. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Bookshop.
Bookshop
King
is here.
Yes.
Magic shop is there.
Yes.
So the
Correct.
obvious route is this way.
Correct.
So I'd like to. I try to do this right as he's leaving, and I will. If the 25 carries to outside, I will walk up beside him and kind of clear my throat and reveal myself just as I am falling into step with him, and take his arm, and I'm going to lead him this way. So it's not necessarily out It's not much farther. It's just that if anyone else is coming after, they won't necessarily run into us.
And then you mug him.
Yes, and then I meet him, and then I leave. Sales is going to roll a new character next week, and so am I.
He's been playing the
Aym'Bryn
Finally,
reveals
Oracle of
himself as an
Zadie's, you're mine.
assassin. Suddenly, hired by Let Out Play to take out Silus.
Oh, yes, he's a terrible nuisance. And I'm going to try to make it look as though Silus has absconded and none of you should have trusted him in the first place, and then the world will end. It's been my plan all along.
Yes.
Great.
No, I just want to walk slightly different. I'll walk you, shall I?
Certainly.
It just probably is silent for way too long, and then I know you haven't really been you all have a very odd effect on me, and I find myself ruminating quite more than I'm used to, but I wanted to apologize properly. And I'll probably let him go just so I can see his face, but I was still drifting pretty close.
I'll stop off on the side of the road and look at you, and I'll say, "Can I ask you a question?"
Yes. Actually, to that point, well, you first.
Are you apologizing because you did it, or are you apologizing because you got caught?
Oh, damn.
Fair.
What's
fair.
up, Daddy?
Daddy?
How is even this moment super slashy for you two?
This is so important. I'm shutting up. God damn it.
I can't. I'm sorry. I just heard Alin yell from the monastery, and
Sorry,
now I'm dead.
We're back at For the last time, it's Padre, not Daddy.
Oh my god. Y'all, I can't. I fucking can't. How dare you?
God damn it, Josh.
Aym'Bryn is having a heartfelt moment, y'all.
No. I would quite appreciate it. Unfortunately, you're not here to save me, so that's fair. This morning was fair, and that's fair. I deserve that. I hope you will believe me when I say I am sorry to have done it.
You would see Silas immediately and very fully relax. Just like a full...
And Bryn will wilt a little bit, I think. Yes, well, what I was going to say is... Well, it was none of it quite my intention, and I do feel very much like I have taken something from you, and it was not, I know that I apparently give off sort of a vibe, but I don't usually steal things, and I do feel like I took something from you, and it is in no way equivalent, but I thought if you could take something from me, then it would be, it's in some way equitable.
Aym'Bryn,
please, I really... Anything. I will tell you anything you want to know.
The tree.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit lost for words.
It doesn't have to be now. You can, but I would feel better. I can't give you this back, so... And I am sorry.
You can. I said that you can tell me in your own time what it is you're looking for, what it is you're missing. And you can give this... There has been a breach of trust, and you can return that by telling me in your own time. I don't want to know anything specifically about you that you don't want to tell me. Aym'Bryn, I've dealt with people who kept secrets for their lives. Wizards are assholes because you can't talk to them. Because talking to them is talking to a dragon defending its horde. You don't get anything from them. I am not like that. I am an open book. If you want to know something about me, please just ask me. If you want to know something about what I'm doing, please just ask me, because I have sworn to never be like that. And I do not expect that from anyone else. And I certainly don't want to take something from you that you don't want to give me. Freely and openly. So... I am so happy that you are not concussed and are well this morning. And I apologize for quickly shining light in your eyes, but that is the quickest test for people who have pupils. But I have been on the receiving end of people spying on me for my work. And I know that you don't do that. I know that you weren't interested in that. I don't know what you wanted. I hope you got it. And if you didn't, then please just ask me a question and I will answer. I am an open book. I don't like secrets from people who I care about, and I have become quite attached to all of you very quickly, which is kind of worrying, to be honest. But yes. I'm not going to take anything from you. I'm not going to ask you a question that you don't freely wish to give to me. And it makes it much easier when you apologize for doing the thing and not apologize for being caught, because I've dealt with people my entire life who just apologize for being caught. So...
You know, up until a couple of weeks ago, I think that would have been the thing. I mean, just in the interest of perfect clarity, I've never had to think so much about my actions and motivations as I have these, at least not for a very long time. But I assure you, it was not my intention, and I am sorry that it worked out that way. I wasn't trying, for the record, to find out anything specific. I don't think. I just want to understand, I guess.
I will admit that you confuse me.
Yes, well, we have that in common, I suppose.
I suppose. So, the feeling is mutual. I want to know all about you. I've figured out much of the rest of our group here, for the most part. I mean, I can't figure out Sails because Sailsaba is an enigma. But everyone else, I have a... it sounds rude to say, but a compartment for them. I understand them. I understand what they're about, and I understand what they want. Usually, if they've been... If what they've said and done is any indication. But you have evaded that somehow.
I've never fit very well into, I don't much care for being contained. But, I don't know. I'm sorry. You're not going to believe me, but I do think that I like to consider myself fairly transparent as well, only because I think that there's less to understand than you are assuming. And for what it's worth, you keep telling me that when I'm ready I can tell you what I'm looking for, and I think that well, it's the wrong question. I'm not looking for anything. And I know you don't believe me, but I'm not. I'm just waiting for something to come back to me. Or for me to come back to something. Either way, I already know where it is. He is, and I...
You're looking for... No, you're... Forgive me if I'm wrong, but you're waiting for a sibling of some kind.
Yes. My older brother, the other half of myself, if you'll excuse me being so poetic. But he's not lost. He's just gone ahead. And I'll catch up. Eventually. So, there's nothing to find, you know? I know you are a desperately helpful person, but there's, you can concentrate your efforts elsewhere. And, I mean... I don't know if that...
You... I think I understand a little bit more now.
Well, that makes one of us.
I will grab Aym'Bryn on the hand. Or grab Aym'Bryn's hand. And I will say... There are things that require waiting, and other things that require waiting, but can be done in other ways. Your brother... I don't know enough yet. I'm not strong enough yet. I'm not powerful enough yet. But I made a promise to you. And I don't care if that promise was poorly worded, or if it was wrongly worded. But there are amazing things that magic can do. And I promise you, if I can find them, I will find them.
And I will squeeze your hand and place my other hand on the other side. And then, because you have this effect on people, I'm going to release your hand and place my hands on either side of your face and meet your eyes and say, Silent. That isn't how it works. And then I'm going to walk away.
Stand there for a bit, and then have Moogie soar up for a bit, and head back towards the magic shop.
Would we get there at any point before Silus, or I guess how would the timing work there?
Yeah, Irde, you came out pretty quickly after you, looked around, purchased the book, and kind of
very upset because I can't be fucking useful.
Irde's like, how did we beat you here?
You can, but yeah.
I will be, do you have any spell scrolls?
Hello, yes, I do.
Hi, I'm sorry. Hello, I'm sorry. It's been. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Hello, what is your name? I know this. Give me a moment. Koresh. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Koresh.
It is all right.
Hi. This is not unusual for you. I know.
Welcome.
I'm not
back.
Don't. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I do have a couple of spell scrolls, yes.
Yes.
And you, for everyone who isn't Irde, by the time you do eventually make it into this, you see a very tall, very lanky Goliath. Just kind of, bald, no hair, because Goliaths usually don't have a whole lot of the whole hair thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a very...
I can relate.
Yeah, but yeah, just kind of a average gray-skinned, not got a lot of tattoos or cuts or anything like that. Just kind of, built like a mountain, but kind of shy-looking and demeanor. And he says, yeah, I have a few spells. It depends on what you're looking for. Spells, potions, that's sort of... Is there anything you were... I have this one for Featherfall. I have Guidance, Moonbeam, Tiny Hut, a couple of Sending Stones.
How much for Tiny Hut?
Play cool, hotshot.
That one is 400 gold pieces.
Look, just saying, if you happen to make it back to the hotel, Alan will throw down.
Yes. I'm part of a traveling party. That might be.
Oh, that's very exciting,
useful.
Monsieur.
I will take that. Thank you.
Oh, of course. 400 gold pieces it is then. Congratulations on your new party, Monsieur. It's exciting.
They are hopefully.
Wait. Does she go through them? What happened to the other ones?
Oh no! Wait.
I didn't have a party.
She goes
before,
through
guys.
party members like coffee filters over here.
Yeah. My
Real
new party
shame to hear about the
my
last
first
one. I really
party,
like
and the only
this. This is
people
her
I've
sixth.
ever. I'm sorry, the people I've spent time with since I was 19. All right.
Yeah,
That's
the
true,
months
19
don't
was a
really
bad
count
year.
as a party.
A party, y'all. And before that, I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'm.
You know how it is when you're 19.
Yes.
Killing
just-
party members.
Most
left and
people
right.
die.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, Goresh.
It's okay. I understand.
I am working through being more patient, and I realize I was never that patient before.
You had a lot at the monastery. I can only imagine. It takes a lot of patience to meditate all day.
It doesn't excuse me taking it out on everyone else, though, and I'm trying to be better about that. But thank you.
That's appreciated, Monsieur.
I'm just trying to be a little bit more calm about things. But thank you. And I will take. Take the scroll. I will take the spell scroll, and I will leave.
Have a wonderful day, Monsieur.
And to you as well, Koresh.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think the timing would work out. That the tuna was great. However, after done with that, Sales would bound out of the bookstore. And if the timing was right, if she runs into Silus,
she does. I think Irde at that point would probably head back to the monastery. By the way.
Okay. Yeah, that would probably be about, because that would be plenty of time to have the little conversation, so yes.
So, Silas will see a bounding cat.
Some sort of fedora-esque hat shape in the fur.
And comes up.
Silas will bend down and pick you up.
She will immediately climb onto your shoulder, and then start gnawing on your horns.
Oh, no, please, not there. What is it, Sails? And I scratch around a bit behind the ear. You want to come with me to the magic store? Okay.
And she will end up on your shoulders, not biting your horns anymore, but just sort of kind of like that, like you see at the airport,
Cat
just
cowl.
like around the
Yeah.
You've got a cat cowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a cat scarf on.
Laying so still that it just looks like it has one of those like rich
the
lady
fur shawl,
earrings,
yeah.
and then she moves.
Take it out.
Yeah.
Having to constantly like look at people as he's walking by, like down the street. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's fine. She's not dead.
Immediately, she just goes limp.
Oh God! Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, she does
Moogie
this all
lands
the
on my
time.
horns and starts pecking at your butt.
little trolling going on from the animals of the party.
From the kitty cat.
From the kitty cat and the raven.
Yeah, does Moogie do that, or are you sure she doesn't just like lay down on your horns and also play dead? Just wings splayed.
Like
Text
that.
the design
Or
of Brion.
something.
I will tell, as Moogie lands on the horns, I will say, Moogie, you know what to do. And Moogie will fly up in the air, and she will go look for Aym'Bryn.
Fair enough.
And
Yeah.
just bird's eye view.
Which we will get to, but first let's get you into the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So you walk into, it's actually one of the more simple looking shops in town. You get the feeling that this particular small village is very colorful in a lot of ways. And this shop seems a little bit more humble as you walk in, and you see said described Goliath standing there just wiping down different surfaces and such.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm looking for any types of tomes of arcane knowledge or scrolls that contain spellwork or anything of that sort.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, an old friend.
Keeper, I'm going to be sending you a message, by the way.
Okay. An old friend of mine, unfortunately, just purchased one of my scrolls. But I do have a couple of others. I have a Featherfall, Guidance, which is a very, very nice spell. I have Moonbeam, which is nice. I have a couple of different potions, if that's what you're interested in. I had Tiny Hut, but unfortunately that is gone.
Silas just having a bad day.
Is there anything in particular I can assist you?
I'm interested in the Featherfall, and do you have any potions of healing?
That would've been nice to
I
have
do
yesterday.
have a couple of potions of healing. The Featherfall scroll is 120 gold pieces, and then I have a potion of greater healing, 3 potions of just regular healing, and a superior healing potion as well. I got really lucky with picking that one up.
Maybe we can take 2 of the, and I'll look to Sails, and I'll say, Sails, but what do you think? We've got quite a bit of coin still from the reward in the group fund. I will use you as my witness here. Are you all right with me buying 2 healing potions and the scroll of Featherfall with it?
And she will rub her cheek against your cheek.
All
what
right,
what a lovely familiar. That's very nice. Hello.
We
Yes.
definitely peck sales now.
How dare you take my place?
Yes. What was the keeper? What was the cost for the featherfall again?
120.
120,
and
and
he's-
then so 220 for featherfall and for the healing potions.
Yes. And I do also have the potion of climbing, potion of heroism, some
I
sending
hear those are
stones.
really
Those
rare.
Are very exciting.
Stop it! You can't. Shout out to Anthony and to Liz and Mackayla.
Just say they taste a little bit like Mountain Dew.
Blessed.
I'm so sorry, everybody. We'll do this. Explain sometime. Anyway, no, I
I'm
think
just
that
making an
just
observation about climbing potion.
healing
Nothing weird about it,
potions-
Silas.
Healing potions and the spell scroll would do wonders, I think, for me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Tuck this away for the next cast Q&A.
Next week.
No.
No, by the no,
This
this
is
is
way
2 weeks
beyond
ago.
that.
Never mind.
2 weeks
Ignore
ago.
me.
After that.
Because it
2
was
weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago now. Ignore
Yeah.
me. What is time?
Time is not made out of lines, it's made out of circles. That's why clocks are round.
Thank you, Matthew McConaughey. Hello.
That was not
Anyway,
Matthew McConaughey.
So yes, I slide across the 220 gold, and I take the potions, and I take the scroll of featherfall, which I'm very happy to have, and I go to murder the person who took the tiny hut scroll.
Fair enough. Aym'Bryn, are you trying to be sneaky?
Well, I guess counterpoint is Moogie trying to be sneaky.
She's up in the air. If you would notice her, I mean, she's not super trying to be sneaky, but she's just a bird in the air at this
As a
point.
verb.
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I
but-
might have been, but if I notice Moogie, I will reveal myself. In the hopes that and in the hopes that she'll come.
So
I'm not quite gonna wave my arms or it's gonna be written all over my face. I'm gonna look up beseechingly up at her.
true love.
Big eyes.
I would
Yeah.
like both of you to roll me perception checks, please.
Oakley dokley. That's an 11 for Moogster.
Oh, 8. Ooh,
The
perception.
Mugarino.
The
18.
Moogarino.
18.
Little Moogle.
18. True love.
So yeah, before Moogie sees you, you definitely peek up at the sky and you're like, I know that bird anywhere. That is our bird. And you just kind of look up, and Moogie does manage to. It takes her a couple of seconds, but she does manage to see you and kind of flutter down.
Yeah, she soars down to you and lands on your shoulder.
Silas, have you ever mentioned Moogie's fondness for being in high places? In passing, or
I believe so. You probably
I think
know.
so, right?
She likes
I
to
know.
sit on my horns because it's the highest point on me.
I was headed back to the monastery, but now I would like to know what the highest point in this town is.
Well,
It's in the monastery, isn't it?
the monastery would definitely have the highest point that you can actually get to. Considering everything that's happened.
Define the highest point that you don't think I can get to.
Oh no,
There is a
As a matter of fact,
tower.
Mr. Goliath, I would like that climbing potion, please.
It doesn't have to be open.
There is a tower on top of the temple that has very heavy guard around it. You get the feeling it has something to do with your last excursion in the town that you just came from.
Oh, good. I'm gonna walk by there. I'm gonna consider it, and then I'm gonna see that this lantern is guarded, and I'm gonna go. And then I'll walk back to the
No one in
monastery.
particular.
The second highest point in Lidl.
The guards just kind of look at you for a second and just very
I'm gonna call it.
firmly
No,
eye
good
you.
work. Keep it up.
If Bryn is heading to the monastery, would we run into each other?
Yeah, you'd probably run into each other, but before we get to that, I'm gonna abscond our way to Glib. You got the coffees. You were on your way to the magic shop when you saw this bright purple and gold building that smelled of the most glorious things you have ever smelled in your entire life.
Yeah, I assume Glib opens the door from the bookshop and it's like, all right, time to go to the what?
Yeah, and it smells
Slow
of pure
motion.
sugar, and it's like, you know, in cartoons when you see those like the wizard making potions and there's like bright and colorful puffs coming out of the several fireplaces.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that. It's very
I
much
was
just these
picturing
like,
Glib like
it's the
the
Willy
like
Wonka chimney stocks.
like floating on a scent, you know?
yeah, it's very much the like. Yep.
Well, they won't miss me for a little bit.
For the next 6
they
months.
can take care of themselves.
And you land yourself in front of Bizzery. Bizzery, the sweet shop in the town.
Boy, I sure hope they don't try to teach me something in ironic ways.
And just real quick, Fen, what are you getting yourself up to before I get to...
Fen had followed Irde and Silus to the magic shop.
So you followed me to the magic shop, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So you saw me walk in, buy tiny hut, and walk.
he's gonna walk in real quick, just have a look around.
Yeah, and you get you see a couple of scrolls, you see the potions that he's mentioned. There is also a hold on, sorry, let me pull up the right. There is a vicious quarterstaff sitting there as well.
What?
Vicious quarterstaff?
Oh.
It's just got nails through it.
How much is that? And what does it do?
Wants one.
So the vicious quarterstaff is 350 gold pieces. So vicious weapons are weapons that mostly work like normal. But when you roll when you are particularly good at hitting, so when you get that like perfect hit, the target takes an extra 7 damage of whatever that is. So in this case, it would be bludgeoning damage. They would take whatever you do plus a little bit extra oomph to it. So when you crit on an attack, you take an extra 7 points of damage. And
Not
they
to be
can
confused.
actually.
Or do you deal 7 points
You
of
deal.
extra damage?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Oh no.
No, you don't take it. You deal an extra 7 points of whatever damage it is.
That's one
and
of
they
them
can
curse items.
They can actually no. They can actually also be enchanted, if I'm not mistaken, so that you can give them a +1 or +2 or extended. This one is just the base model. But...
Not to be confused with the bardic version, the Sid Vicious Quarterstaff.
Which lets you
so
cast
angry.
Vicious Mockery at a bonus
I'm
action. Because
so
why not?
angry.
It's Vicious Mockery, not a bonus
I have
action.
never been more angry.
I hate
Plus,
that
it
I
gives you
love it.
disadvantage on stuff.
I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care. Sorry.
What? So this is good. What else do you have in the way of weapons other than just this quarterstaff?
Well, unfortunately, right now that's really the weapon I have.
Just this one?
I mean, I had a couple of others, but they're gone now.
That's fine.
They were purchased. He's just an awkward creature. Saw the look.
If I may, I haven't slept at all. What potions did you have?
I have a potion of climbing and a potion of heroism. I have a.
What's that one?
Oh, heroism?
Yeah. I know what heroism is. What does the potion do?
For
Is it magic?
Awkward people in a room trying to talk to each other. Holy
So bad.
cannoli.
So, what it does is when you drink it, you get a little bit better at things. About 1d4's worth. I don't know what a d4 is, but yeah. And then, you actually get.
This is how you break the fourth wall, by the way. Perfectly in character. I love it.
The D4th wall.
You also, so it's actually very nice. Gives you a little bit of extra, life force. About 10 amounts of life force, give or take.
How much is that?
That would be That would be 180 gold pieces. If you were.
I apologize. So that's 350 for the quarterstaff, 180 for the potion, right?
Yes.
530.
Thank you.
530. Where's the tiefling?
The tiefling has not arrived yet.
Yeah. Have you seen a grey tiefling at all? Blue eyes, glasses.
Cute. It's not weird.
White dragon.
I was thinking it.
I try to describe Silus as best I can in my muddled state.
And he looks a little disheartened that he cannot actually assist you, but he's just kind of sitting there, like, lightly shaking his head, just like, no, I'm sorry,
Okay,
no.
he will be here. I'm gonna pick up the quarterstaff now. And let him know that we need this here. He has the rest of our funds.
This is some timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah, basically. This is a retcon.
My friend's gonna be here in a bit. He's got me. Don't worry about it.
It's
So,
fine.
yeah.
But
so,
I will buy the quarterstaff.
Okay, you buy the quarterstaff, and then Silas, if you would like to, have been told awkwardly by.
Oh, you're a great tiefling.
I have a message for you from a very dour-looking gentleman. With
I've
some
never met
very
anybody
big
like that. I'm not
bags
purchasing
under his
anything he's told me to purchase.
Sorry, I get that all the time. There's lots of great tieflings walking around.
Is his skin color like mine? Kill him.
How much was the potion of heroism?
The potion of heroism is 180 gold pieces.
Why would I buy something
Yeah, that
recommended by Fenn's dad?
Oh, that's
yeah.
terrible.
And I apologize.
180?
Yes, 180. And we'll speed ourselves back to Glib. I apologize. You were walking into the.
I mean, if anything, we could just have the aftermath, and that'll tell that'll tell the story as well.
I mean, yes, but like, you don't want to meet Irma?
Okay, you sold me. All right.
But I do like the idea if we just meet up with Glib. He's just coated in chocolate,
Just
and we
absolutely bad. Top
Don't
button
ask.
unbuttoned.
Oh no, we've made a mistake.
There's a
His
lot
clothes
more
are torn
singing
just a
and
little bit.
chocolatiers than I thought there would be.
Yes. So you walk in and you see a very tall furbolg with bright, fizzy, like orange-red hair, like really tight pin curls all over her head, and it looks like a lion's mane. And she just looks at you and says, "Oh, hello, welcome. It's so lovely to see a new acquaintance."
Hi. Wow, this is a lot to take in.
Why, thank you. And you see some things that look like marshmallow birds kind of fly past her head.
What?
They're so the sweets, as you look around,
Are they
the
peeps?
sweets.
Yep.
Yes.
I was like, so peeps
Hell
happened.
Peep,
And that
peep,
was-
peep,
Are you
fly
wait, keeper?
across-
Hold on,
Yes.
before you continue. Are you about to tell us that all these candies are sentient?
They're not
some way?
sentient, no. They are, however,
Because-
magically.
They are animated magically.
This is a
Okay.
moral dilemma that I cannot deal with today.
I am not putting up with that.
I awakened
they're-
some peeps.
They are not sentient. They are, however,
That is an
enchanted.
abyssal chicken, an awakened peep.
Also,
but
that
they-
was
Please,
Glib
let's create the stat
resetting.
block for awakened peeps. This is the battle
Yeah.
we have in Lidol, is we have to fight awakened peeps.
Oh, I got you covered.
But all of the
How do they
sweets seem to have
reproduce?
some element of magic to them.
Wow. I've been to the Feywild, and this is crazier.
Oh, really? The Feywild? That's exciting.
It is, yeah. People seem a little worried about it, but I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, I've met a couple of Fey, and they've all been very nice to me.
Yeah, me too. Well, hey, do you have cakes?
Yes, I have the most wonderful cakes. And she walks over and she pulls out some with very brightly colored fruits and things like that, some chocolate delicacies and things, all slightly glittering.
Ooh, I think we should get it. You know, I don't think I've ever had chocolate before.
Oh, well, you must try chocolate. It's the most wonderful thing that's ever been invented. Would you like to taste a piece just to ensure that you enjoy it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And she shows you an empty hand, and then she just kind of goes like this, and in her fingers appears, almost like it's growing out of magic, a little chocolate egg, and she hands it towards you. It actually looks a little bit like a very tiny version of the Tanomaru eggs. So.
Do I have to peel it?
No,
Now I'm
you can
conflicted.
just...
Oh my god! Oh, it's so good!
It tastes like, you know the little mini Cadbury eggs?
Mhm.
It tastes like the Cadbury eggs, essentially.
I'm so
man.
happy.
Yeah.
I'm so
Alright.
happy.
So I'm gonna need a cake with the flavors of that. And do you have any like boat themed stuff?
Yes, actually, a couple of different things. And she pulls out a couple of, like, the gummies look like they're floating across the packaging, but she has these gummy boats that just kind of go around in a circle with some, like, blue, like, it looks like water. It's
Oh my
sweet.
gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah. And then she also has a little, like, boat, like a little cupcake with a tiny boat on it that has little puffs of smoke coming out.
Wow. Alright. My brain is exploding. I need the cake and some gummies, and if I just have a sack, can you put chocolate in it and then just tell me how much it'll cost?
Just
Yes,
liquid
but I
chocolate,
do-
just full.
Have you, my dear friend, ever tried cotton candy?
Oh god, we're giving Glib
Objectively,
pure
yes.
sugar.
Oh no.
Objectively.
Do any of us know that?
One time I had a
Episode
breakfast
candy
that
floss.
was
No, but I know, but
very
does any of us
sweet.
know what that is? I mean, I probably some of us. But...
And she just kind of like snaps, and out floats a literal cloud, and it's like a pink and purple and blue cloud, and she rips off a small piece and hands it to you. I definitely suggest this if
What is
you've
this?
never tried it.
Oh,
What
it's
is this,
gone.
Costco?
It's
Free
gone,
samples?
but it's
Yes.
good.
I love Glib's exploration of his palate, honestly.
Wow,
All
that
I've
was
ever wanted in the world.
just his pupils dilating.
Oh no, Glib has had sugar.
And coffee.
And coffee.
All right, yeah.
Glib is about to get the zoomies. Is what's about to happen.
Y'all left a goblin alone. you
Wow,
sweet
that
chap.
is good stuff. All right, top the sack off with that.
Fantastic. I will give that to you. And you do feel almost like you're floating for a second, but then you kind of settle back down onto the ground.
Silas is just behind you casting levitate, just fucking with you.
Yes. So she gives you a sack of sweets and chocolates. She gives you the cake. All in all, it comes to a grand total of 10 gold for a boatload of sweets, like an
Being
actual
anything
metric
but a wizard
butt
is so
ton.
fucking cheap. We spent so much money.
And sorry, what was your name again? I forgot. I'm thinking really fast.
I understand the wonders of the sweets. My name is Irma. It is lovely to meet you. Welcome to Fizzeries.
Well, nice to meet you, Irma. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. But now I have to bring people goods.
I look forward to the day in which our paths once again cross.
You too. Nice hair, by the way. All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah.
He's
Um,
Glibba Claus.
So that takes us, I feel like someone else wanted to do something.
I only had asked if I had run into Aym'Bryn. If I haven't, that's fine.
I think their conversation took a little bit longer than...
Okay, then I would like to go to the greenhouse.
Fantastic. Yes. Sorry, Chris, did you have something real quick?
No, I was saying that was it.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
I'd be heading back to the monastery after that.
lovely.
Alan, what's happening with Alan?
Alin.
Yeah, seriously. We haven't seen Alan since
That's
the morning.
true. Alan's been hanging out in his room.
Well, so given that what he wanted failed,
Alan.
he would have hung out there for a while and then just looked for some purpose. So would have made his way down to the kitchens to try to, maybe slip his way in to cook for lunch.
Fantastic. And you would see a Yanti and a human kind of running around doing a couple of things, tossing things into pot.
Just kind of like standing on the outskirts like a nerd does. Can I help? I need something to do.
Yes, of course, we would be happy to have you help us. Welcome. You are the guests, yes?
I like that I know
right?
exactly which one that is. Yeah.
It's the human, obviously.
Yes.
So obviously the human.
That would be a fun subversion. Come on, please.
Don't make fun of her speech impediment.
Yeah.
Yes, but I do want to help. Yes, but if I could talk to the auntie, that'd be great. No.
The auntie is in charge of the kitchen, giving
Yeah.
the directions. So
No, I would very much like to help. Weird aside that isn't entirely relevant to me helping because I will either way. But hey, you don't happen to know of any Yanti ruins to the northwest of Aasimar, do you?
Good question, actually.
Oh, right, we have plot.
Not to say that all you auntie know all about all you auntie
hashtag
runs,
not
but
all
just
you
in
auntie.
case.
Just a figured out ask.
I'm afraid that, well, I have spent a lot of time looking around the tomes upstairs. I am not acquainted with that particular portion of our lovely continent.
No, that's fair. Literally everyone knows more of this continent's history than I do. So I just figured pretty much ask anyone who looks like they might even like somewhat resemble where I need to look.
appreciate that. But that is the most wonderful way to learn, is it not? Knowing that you do not know.
You know, it is quite freeing, actually. Yeah.
Don't listen to him, he's a fortune cookie.
I don't even know what that is, so I figure
He's a fortune
that's perfectly
chef.
fine.
Thank you very much.
I'm lucky that I know what a cookie is. I definitely don't know what a fortune cookie is.
You know those things that tell you, like, hey, this is gonna go this way when you pop it open? It's like a cracker.
We had a couple goblins like that, but
You popped
They
open.
didn't last outside of the cannon.
Yeah, you popped
Wait,
open.
and then they
goblins?
told you what was gonna happen?
I'm
it
sorry.
wasn't always in that
I
order.
think you should crack open the goblin. That sounds like a bad idea.
I have
No.
no idea how to feel about any of this
Honestly,
anymore.
in
That's a hell of a way to
hindsight-
cast augury.
In hindsight, yeah, it was a bad idea. It wasn't just goblins, right? Like we weren't specifically targeting goblins. There were octopi and Yanti and like a lot of other.
So you just
Look,
crack things open.
We shouldn't have cracked open anyone. But I wasn't
I'm
in
gonna help
charge.
you out here right now, okay? You're gonna take this.
Yep.
It's pointy. Don't point it at anyone. And she hands you a knife. And you're gonna take that carrot over there, and you're gonna chop it, okay?
I
at
bought
least have-
people open. Here's a knife.
I mean, realistically, this carrot's only gonna take me a few seconds. Can I at least have more carrots?
I'll give you an entire pile of carrots. How's that sound?
That's fine, thank you.
Great. And she just takes a giant pot of carrots and puts them next to you and just sends you to work. And it's just like, please forgive Nirvana. She is forceful and still in training.
No, Honestly, I understand. I don't really get how to interact with people yet. I'm still working on it. I'm used to people who haven't seen land in a while.
We all have our pieces of soul that we need to unravel.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Hey, you don't happen to know about any Yanti ruins to the northwest of
I assume you're asking Nirvana now?
Yeah.
No, I was asking the Yanti again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Yanti again. No.
It's like, maybe you know, because, hey.
Nirvana just kind of looks at you and cocks an eyebrow and says, "You're a funny one, mate.
I've heard that. I'll just get to chopping. It's fine.
You're gonna do great with these carrots."
Yeah, they move less than my usual. I'm just gonna start chopping.
End with.
When I get to the monastery, I would like to let someone know I am keeping an eye out for Silus when he returns, and then head to the greenhouse.
Fantastic. And yeah, someone will
Yeah,
kind
thank
of keep
you.
an eye out.
Narc on me.
Huh?
Someone will be a narc.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Irde has a little bit more standing than you do.
I'm sorry. These are
These are her
people I
friends.
know.
Well, I go invisible. Nah.
like this.
But yeah,
Fun. Do it.
you do see
Question though,
Viren.
would sails also go invisible, or would there just be a floating cat?
That would be a floating cat.
Floating cat, floating moves.
But yeah, you do find Viren. He is puttering around in the greenhouse, kind of working on some of the plants and talking to some of them as he goes in his little way that he does.
Hello.
I love beer bugs so fucking much.
Beer bowls are great.
Hey, bud, how you doing? Oh, good.
Literally.
Hello.
Hi, Irde, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Your friends are interesting people.
Yes.
They
But
mean
they are.
really. How'd that elf guy work out for you?
Okay.
Yeah, he was a little curious, I think. A little wild-eyed, too.
Well, when he spoke to me, I don't think he had slept very much. At all.
I got that feeling from him. Bit of the impulsive sort, I think.
Well, he and I share that.
I wasn't aware.
I am trying to be a little bit better about that. Or at least control my impulses into a more constructive way. So I'm not going to offer to help you unless you would like me to.
Hold on. Does that mean that some of my lessons worked?
I'm not stupid. I may take a long time to learn, but...
I never said you were stupid.
Oh no, I understand that you never said that.
Damn, this is a sassy prologue.
Are some of these
I-
greenhouse panels
I,
magnifying glasses? Because there's some sick burns in here.
I,
Yet a surprising amount of shade.
Of all of the people, he is the one most allowed to roast
God
Irde.
damn it.
oh yeah, no, 100%.
They have that relationship. He is allowed to
Oh
roast
no,
her.
for sure.
I know
Oh,
you
that
never
hurt.
said I was stupid. That was all me.
And I should lick you
And,
in the head for it, but I won't because I'm nice.
Yes, you are. And I did not deserve any of it. So, thank you.
I don't know about that, but I'm not gonna turn down help with plants. I have a feeling they've missed you.
I doubt that, but I will try. I will
So
try.
all the places in the greenhouse that are just completely frozen.
There
still
are,
from where you
and
got
I did
blasted.
talk to, there, if you look very carefully around the monastery, there are a couple of trees that have been a little bit sliced up. Like, nothing too horrible, but there are some, like, trees with, like, slash marks in them. Maybe a couple of bushes that are a little bit wilted from stuff. Things that didn't grow super well, having been frosted over at one point in time. But yeah, if you look carefully, you'll see that.
Yep.
Anyway, my friends are very interesting, and they are trying to help me understand things you had tried to teach me, and I didn't learn. So.
You had more things to go through before you could learn them. That's okay. I get that.
You are eternally patient, and I appreciate you.
Comes with the Furbolg thing, I think.
I should have said I appreciated you sooner, though.
I knew. But it's nice to hear still.
I'm trying.
You're doing
Irde will try her best to do whatever he asks her with the plants.
And he gives you more, like, most of what he does you know, because you've done a lot of it, but he does let you go a little bit more in depth in some things. He can tell that you've been practicing a little bit, so he kind of gives you a little bit more complicated tricks than he would have before, and just kind of gives you some pointers and things. Probably about a half an hour to an hour later, someone will, tell you that the Grey Tiefling has arrived. I would assume Silus would come back around then.
Yeah.
Alright. I have something to talk to with my friend. Talk to my friend about. I thank you, again, for your patience. And for, trying to help me not destroy things.
He walks right up to you, and he's standing, right in front of you, taps you on the bridge of the nose and says, "Don't be so hard on yourself."
I am learning to be more patient and learning to be more kind, and that is another lesson I will need to learn. Hopefully I'll get there.
I believe.
Thank you, Master Baron. And then I will go find Silus.
Yep.
Silas.
Yes.
You wanted, did you want to talk to Zorin?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
I will start leading Silus to the library, and as we are going, I'm like, actually,
Just scratching Sailsaba behind the ear.
Hello, Sails.
Actually,
talking to you last night, and I talked to Fen earlier today. I'm good at some things. I'm very good at some things. What I am not good at...
Quite good at many things.
But as I said, you are doing so much to try to assist not just the party, but the entire world. And I was talking to Fen about how he protects us every night when we're out of the light. And I'm not good at protecting people. It's not really a skill that I possess much of. But I would like to help in that way, and I've heard of this spell. I don't know how to use it. I've never been able to use it. I don't understand the components at all. I don't know what you need to do it, but I think you might like it. And I will hand you the spell scroll for Tiny Hut.
That explains things.
Just the blood on his hands.
Silas's rage. You think I saw him relax? Now.
Thank you, Irde.
Yes.
And I will loop my arm on yours as we walk to the library, and I'll say, you know, And maybe it's just something that you and the rest of the party are rubbing off on me, but I find that I don't like it when you all talk badly about yourselves. You are not bad at protecting people. I think you're quite good at protecting people. I think that your magic and my magic are different ways to achieve the same goal. Imagine this. To take a page out of Sailsaba's book. We are your pack. We are a group of bears or a group of wolves or something like that. And we have a mother wolf or a mother bear. Now, a mother bear has horrible weapons. Teeth and claws. Large and fearsome, dangerous.
At this point, Sails just bites you.
On the ear.
Yes, like that.
No,
yes.
no.
But that mother bear or wolf uses those teeth and claws to protect. They are weapons, yes. They are dangerous, yes, and they could kill, yes. But in the end, you need those things to do the good you wish to do. I don't think that you're bad at protecting us. I think that you're quite good. And I would like it if my friends thought of themselves the way that I am quickly growing to think of them.
I will endeavor to think that if you try as well.
Oh, Keeper.
Yes.
How long has it been since I wild shaped?
Oh no!
You've got, you've got
Please say 4
maybe
hours.
like a minute and a half.
Okay.
Because it's an hour. It's an hour long, right?
It's 4.
Yeah,
I
it's an
think
hour.
it's 2
It's
hours
one per
long
level,
now,
right?
'cause it's half of my level.
Oh, half.
So it's 2
You're right,
hours
you're
now.
right, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're fine.
So yeah, it's been about an hour. You'd guess maybe an hour and a half because you probably spent a good half hour
Okay.
chowing down on tuna and being stroked by a dwarf.
Okay.
Dale
We're
says
not
I've
doing
had a
phrasing it.
busy couple days.
Oh no.
Yep.
If you ask me to see myself as you see me, please endeavor to see yourself as we see.
We'll work on it together, I think.
I think we both have a lot to learn in that way, but yes.
At this point, you all hear the pitter-patter of very quick but tiny footsteps. And around the corner is Glib holding a bag of chocolate in one hand, just taking handfuls out, and a cake in the other. Where are you guys going? I have cake!
Oh no, we are going to the library.
Oh, yes.
We are going to the library. I'll be there in a moment.
Alright. Mess hall!
Okay.
And then he just runs
I'll
off.
Meet you there. I'll meet you there. Alright,
Okay.
so library.
Yes, please. And I will squeeze Irde's
Also
arm
Aym'Bryn,
and Aym'Bryn. Squeeze Irde's. I did it again. God damn it. Irde's arm and continue walking to
great.
the library with her.
Fantastic.
Very quickly, exceedingly quickly.
outrun the goblin, outrun the goblin.
It's going to
Yeah,
become
I'll run the
And as
increasingly important to get that right, Silas.
As you
I am fully aware.
as you book yourselves to the library, we will pick that up next week. Everyone, it was lovely to see you. Have a great week. Goodbye.
Bye!
And that brings us to the end of our show, everyone. We hope you had a wonderful time. We know we did, and we look forward to seeing you next week. If you do want to keep track of all of the awesome things that happen in our lovely world of Anna, feel free to check out the links below. We've got our Ko-fi, we've got our Discord Heroes Hall, so you can keep up to date on all of the exciting things that your favorite adventurers are doing, and meet up with some other fans to kind of hang out and talk things. We've got Twitter, every other social media you can imagine, so links right right down below, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye!